Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeons and Dragons. Excuse me, to Storm King's Thunder, where me and a bunch of my nerdy ass friends play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
We play
Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. There we go. Where we last left off in our campaign, our heroes had just finished freeing the city of Nightstone from the goblins who were raiding it. They quickly dispatched them, knocked one out, who I believe they have forgotten about, just between you and me and the rest of the internet. And began their way toward the keep, where they found 4 guards who were holed up across the broken bridge in the keep of Nightstone. The captain of the guard, Sidiri Honlar, introduced himself and filled the adventurers in on what had happened. 3 days prior, boulders began to rain from the sky and just began destroying the keep, the town. The people fled into the woods, into the caves, trying to get away from whatever was attacking them. And once the people had fled, 4 gray-skinned giants descended down and took the Nightstone, a large obsidian rock, probably about 7-8 feet wide, and probably pretty close to 10-15 feet tall. That was covered in these weird runes that are not any known language. They're not draconic, they're not giant, they're not anything that is known. People have come to study it for years, but the giants, for some reason, decided that they needed it and absconded with it. In the wake of their destruction, a spy lying in wait, Kella Darkhope, who had been hiding in the inn, masquerading as a monk who is traveling to Daggerford, saw the opportunity of of the city left abandoned and contacted her agents at the Zentarum to plan a heist of the town, take it over not through their usual methods of price gouging and bribery and blackmail, but instead actually taking over this empty town while the villagers were out and about, maybe dead, maybe prisoner, maybe, looking for a way back in. As the party quickly dispatched her and her compatriots, who one of them was simping on Kella pretty hard. They were able to arrange a peaceful exchange, and instead of falling into combat, traded Kella for the promise from Zelbrun that he would leave the city alone, which he seemed fairly sincere in. But as the 7 snakes wandered off into the distance, a chatter, unusual guttural type of speech sort of filled the air. A war horn sounded, and those of you who are on top of the towers saw 30 orcs emerge from various parts of the forest. 11 of them right in front of you, about 20 more to the north, coming down from upstream and preparing to make their way to Nightstone. And that, my friends, is where we left off last week's session. Before we dive in, anything anybody wants to remind the group of, or anything I glossed over?
Got that journal.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, you did.
But you put all that information in the game notes, right?
Yes, in negotiating Kella's surrender, they were able to acquire her dossier of notes on Nightstone, which had some mundane things, but some things about the Zentarum, some things about how their operation works, some things about the town itself that is useful information for you adventurers. They failed to, however, get all the banging shit that Zelbrun had and would have gladly given for his waifu, but you'll shake him down better next time. All right.
I do want to clarify, because on my notes I had put that the townsfolk fled the town 3 days ago. Is that correct?
3 days ago, yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to make sure that was true.
And at that point, as you hear this and see this, Sidiri, who is also on top of a tower, begins barking orders at his guards, and he instructs them to go to the northwestern tower. Those of you who are on the map, which hopefully all of you are, might see this little beacon up here to the northwest. Currently, the 3 unnamed guards are up there. Sidiri is down here with Valkyr. Goldbrand and Tally are in this tower. These towers are technically 10 by 10, So I would say that up to 4 people can be on a tower at a time. So if you guys would like to meet up there. But I should also warn you that the bridge is technically 2/3 of the way down. The drawbridge is currently set at about a 30-degree angle. And while it isn't...
Did Sidiri not call for the bridge to be drawn up?
His men were actually not directly in your area. And
then Goldbrand will call for the bridge to be drawn.
Okay. I will say that it's not low enough to where the orcs can easily climb on it, but it is close enough to be where they could perhaps jump or lift each other up to it. But if that is where we want to start, we are going to go ahead and start with our initiative. So, boys, give me just 1 second. If you guys can roll your initiatives.
Did we get a free long rest?
Yes, you do have a long rest. Thank you for reminding me. So all of you should have full spell slots, full health, full abilities, all that fun shit. The adventure has you wait for the next day for this encounter, but I thought that was dumb because why are you going to wait? You have people to save. So, bada bing, bada boom.
So what you're saying is, since we get a long rest, both me and Goldbrand get to re-roll our initiative.
Oh yeah, that's
before the long rest was mentioned.
That's totally accurate. Yeah. Also, can somebody run Kolkar for me?
I got you.
Tally with a 19, like he do.
You don't get to add anything to that, Brennan? Okay, 7.
Plus There's the perfect timing on that, too. Bergen 11.
Poor Goldbrand, dude.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably just roll d20s and then either tell you or message my additions because it's just easier to see the map.
That's cool.
Without my character sheet, I'm doing it all via phone.
Devin, did you roll for Kolkar, my dude?
Yes, give me just a second. I opened a sheet and moved it around and forgot what I want there.
Bastard.
Big rolls.
So, I should also mention Kolkar, I do not believe can... I will say, because I don't want to punish somebody for the race that they play, because that's racist, that Kolkar can get up the ladder to be on top of the tower if needed. I don't want him to be like the only one who can't see above the wall and just be like, all right, well, I'm the only one who actually has a ranged weapon, but okay. Also, if you guys peek over, you do see the newly freed, while not having any ranged weapons of their own, mostly spears and swords, they are ready to be defensive. If the orcs get in the village, if melee combat erupts, they will try to assist. Right now, there are 4 combatants that you can see there. There are the conjoined combatants of the dragonesses, Kava and Akara. There is River, the Tabaxi. There is Riker, the Uthgard barbarian, and 285, your plucky war leader for the newly freed.
Question: can we
Yes,
see
sir.
the northern orcs in their entirety?
Those of you who are on the tower, you see them approaching. They are emerging from the woods, and one of the things that you notice particularly about the orcs who are closer to you is these are not fresh troops. They are peppered with arrows, they are splattered with blood, they have obviously been in combat fairly recently, and appear to be trying to find a place to fall back to. So when they come around the corner, and in fact, you guys see 2 particular orcs that stand out from the crowd. One, Mr. Valkyr knows quite well, and that is Garash. He is a hulking figure, very muscular, black hair pulled back into a ponytail, a necklace of elf ears of various shades from various types of elves. He is armored. He wields a great axe. He is a big boy. He's compared to even the other orcs who are imposing figures of himself, he stands about a head taller than him. He's probably pretty close to 7 feet. And I'm going to drop an image in here so you guys can see that sick motherfucker.
He's a cunt waffle, mates. Don't listen to the DM.
He's a cunt waffle. It is true. You also see, well, the turn tracker has betrayed his nature, but
what he is, yeah.
But he
Goldbrand
is.
doesn't know what that means, but Devin does.
You see a almost shaman-esque orc, a twisted spear in his hand, a glowing green eye from his skull. He is not as heavily armored as the other orcs, but appears to be some type of leader among their people. He is sort of commanding the group that is closer to you. I do need to do one more thing before we start.
Closer to us? I see. Would Goldbrand understand that to be a shaman? Or a shaman-ish figure?
You would I think most of you would recognize him as more of a spellcaster than the normal orcs. Most orcs do not tend to be very in favor of those types of magic users, but this one obviously has something unique about him.
So my only question is, we don't notice any siege equipment per se. It's all infantry.
Correct. There is no siege weaponry in the town itself. Nightstone is not a town that typically uses that type of. They're not a city that is normally at war. They are very much a smaller town who is sort of by the wayside. Not highly sought after. Not aggressively sought after. Let me say that.
So, but the orcs themselves.
Yes, I want the orcs.
Oh, they do not have. No, you are correct. They do not have any siege equipment. All right, and with that, we'll go ahead and get down to business. I'm gonna throw on some battle tunes for fun shit. If this is too loud, you can edit your volume in Roll20, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so first things first, the shaman-esque looking figure. Emerging from the woods, sort of assessing the situation, sees the drawbridge partially down, and he is going to make his full movement toward it. He's not going to get very far. There's actually 2 other orcs that were supposed to go already, N and Q, which are these 2.
So many orcs.
No, yeah. And that's going to bring us to Taliban's turns. Tally, what you doing, my dude?
I actually haven't heard Desmond talk yet.
I've seen his.
Said something.
Thought I saw his square light up. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm also not in the turn order thingy. You need to put me in there.
You're not? Huh.
He said 1 sec.
That's weird. Oh, probably because you weren't in the campaign when I made this encounter like a couple of weeks ago. Okay, I will fix that. What did you roll for initiative, my dude?
13.
13. All right.
Tally, come back.
Right now, I am the guy with the straining face, like trying not to say Akuna Matata.
My mic working now?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, word. Sorry about that. I'm going to take the hide action.
Going to take the hide action. Okay.
I'm looking. Is there anything I need to do to like roll for that?
You will roll a stealth check, I'm pretty sure, but well, no, you're not a rogue yet, so you don't have it as a bonus action. So, never mind. I will say that those of you who are
I'm level 1 rogue now.
Oh, you are. I don't know if you get it at that point.
I don't think it's a level 1 rogue thing.
Okay. Yeah, it's you should get dash, disengage, hide as bonus actions at some point. I think level 2. Those of you who are on the tower, you can actually there is a small wall on the tower, so you guys can duck down. Like if you want to fire a shot and duck down using half your movement speed, you can get half cover. Goldbrand, even though your head would stick probably pretty well over that, will give you half cover too. All right, so you're just gonna hide. You're not gonna.
I can be small.
Do anything else, my dude?
I believe that's all I've got. I don't really have too much for bonus actions right now.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Sure.
There's only one that I think is really going to be. Oh,
Dude,
well,
you're
you're invisible.
stealthy.
Oh, well, hang on. He rolled pretty damn well, too. Give me 1 second.
He is far as fuck
Ooh,
looking
yeesh.
from below.
He got a 21, so you like he he like looks up as he's walking towards you and like counts the heads, and then he comes up and as he's walking forward, like he's like, "Oh, I must have miscounted. 1, 2, 3. Or numbers hard for orc." Ooh. We're gonna go ahead and go to Cold Car.
Okay, Kokor's probably gonna try to get to the best place to use his bow. I know you said he could technically go up to the towers.
Yes,
but there's 2 people in each tower currently.
Yeah, you can have up to 4, but I will also say, when you said earlier raise the drawbridge, that didn't just happen by default. Somebody's gonna have to use their actions to do that.
Kolkar will call. Well, if no one's there, he'll go close it. Now, if
it takes 2 people to close.
Oh,
one person in each guard tower needs to operate that wheel.
Oh.
It is an action. Hang on. It is 2 actions to raise it. Since it's about half down, we'll say it's 1 action to raise it the rest of the way, or it's 1 action to lower it all the way. But under normal, if it was all the way down, it would take 2 actions to pull up.
Well,
can I preemptively just say that's what I'm going to do for my action? Is raise the bridge?
Yeah.
I was about to say, Kolkar will call out about the... In my mind, I picture many characters in this instance hollering about the drawbridge. And so Kolkar will go to whichever one Davos is not running to, and will prepare to use his action to raise the bridge.
Okay. I'm going to put him just outside the guard tower so he's not mistaken on the tower. But all right. So Kolkar is at the ready. He's readying his action to wait for someone else to do it. So we're good there. Sadiri, captain of the guard, he is going to fire a bolt off at that son of a bitch. Let me see what he gets to add to that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. There we go. Oh, he does not hit. His bolt goes wide, and that brings us to Aku, the Matata.
You're the fucking worst.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
So I'm fully like tempted to just use that shell shock thing you gave me and just ramp off this fucking bridge and just go at.
I was wondering if you would.
Okay, doing it. 100%.
Oh, okay. Well, just so you know, there's nobody there yet, Jesus. So you can't get, you know, you could do it, but you would just land over there in the dirt. Like it wouldn't be like
yeah, that's cool. I'm green like you guys. Let's do this.
I'm green like you guys. All right, Lord.
He's trying to get himself killed.
Just maybe. Chewie,
there's nothing to do.
As a former monk, I feel your melee pain though. Like, all right, enemy's way over there. What the fuck am I gonna do for the next 2 rounds?
I guess I'll go here and just ready, and I'll just stand here. Fuck it, that's fine.
Well, you could choose to help Kolkar raise the drawbridge if he wanted, or
No, he's got it. No, I'll help him raise the bridge.
I love it.
That seems smart.
All right, so he goes over and raises the drawbridge the rest of the way up. The shaman-esque orc sees this and sort of snarls and spits. Do any of you speak Orcish?
Oh.
I don't know if I even got the pickup. Nope.
I do not.
Nope.
No.
Just common.
We're stupid.
I was kind of thinking Valkyr would, but maybe that's just...
I was thinking I probably should have added that.
Oh my god, I don't know why you're doing that. I don't want to have a seizure.
I could
Please
change
stop.
from giant to orcish to fit the narrative. The backstory as well.
I mean, don't worry about it right now.
Sure.
You do not understand him, but he is barking orders at his fellow orcs. Bergen, what you got, my dude?
All right. So you say the drawbridge is taken care of right now? Everybody's on that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
raised up.
Do I have like what comes in the starter pack for the cleric or whatever?
You
as far as
should.
items?
Yeah. You.
Okay. In that case, I have a light crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, yes, and I will clamber up one of them towers, probably the one with Goldbrand.
Goes
Okay.
to see you, holy man.
And I don't know if I can
Like
actually
the
take
rock.
a shot after all that, so I imagine
can.
I'll just I can.
Yeah, it is 10 feet to get to the tower, and it is... for climbing, is it twice your movement speed, or is it just normal movement speed?
It's half movement, like
Half
to
movement.
climb, like
You could-
physical climb.
Yeah, you could get to, the towers are only 10 feet tall, so you could get to it and climb up it, and that uses all your movement,
Ladders.
but you can still fire a shot.
Ladders aren't half
Ah,
movement speed.
sweet.
Half movement
Oh.
speed is like scaling something.
I got you. So you actually, you could walk back and forth twice if you wanted.
I definitely won't do that. I will try to take a shot at him. I'm probably not going to hit Jack with this, but like I got nothing better to do. So and every little bit
You gotta
counts, I guess.
Oh yeah, you gotta
yeah.
shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Are
And,
you
I
aiming
guess I'll
at
take a
the-
shot?
Fucking yikes.
He was gonna go with the one with the flag.
All right, y'all
Okay,
did it.
yeah.
This episode is called Shoot Your Shot.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your goo.
Brought to
Oh,
you
God.
by Red Bull.
Oh yeah, we didn't have a sponsor.
19.
It was Vodka Red Bull.
Damn.
You hit him, yeah.
Fucking-
And you do a pretty chunk of damage. This guy is not nearly as hardy as his orcish friends, and he sort of snarls at you.
Margarita.
That is going to bring it to this orc back here's turn, and he, understanding understanding his leader's orders. What's my range on this? Up to 120. Yeah, he's going to throw a javelin at
Goldbrand gives him the bird.
I was about to say he's probably going to pick the big guy. So.
But I have half cover? Now remind me, is that +2 armor?
+2 to your AC, but did you... Have you gone
It
yet?
hasn't been his
No,
turn.
I've
I was
not
about to say,
gone
I
yet.
think you're still standing up at this
Oh, you
point.
have to cower. Okay, no, I feel you.
I wouldn't have called it cower. but
Goldbrand
that's-
doesn't cower.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, but
he does not
exactly,
hit.
he doesn't take cover. Like,
He throws a javelin and it lands low and stabs into the part of the tower. Valkyr, your move.
I would like to use my bonus action to curse at them in Elvish.
Okay.
And then actually take my action to... Hold on, let me see if I can actually use... What's the range on this? Nope, alright. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. All right, which one are you aiming for?
And I was... The one in the front. The
Okay.
Shaman, I'm guessing?
Yeah. 14 does not hit him.
You're the worst.
You fire the blast.
Look like?
What's
Yeah,
my what?
What's it look like?
What color you use?
Oh, it's like a burgundy, yeah, just a burgundy, like crimson, purplish combination color.
As you charge up the magic and begin to fire it off, his green eye sort of grows a little brighter, and he sort of sidesteps, anticipating your blast. That's going to bring us to one of the guards up here, who is going to shoot his shot at one of them
I
there.
shouldn't have yelled out my attack. Such an anime move.
Eldritch Blast! He does not make his shot. That's going to bring it to another one of the orcs down here, who's going to come up and throw a javelin as well. What's he get to add to that? +5. He's going to be aiming for Valkyr. Ooh, and he had a 24, so that's a hit.
That doesn't hit.
Oh, and he got a 6 on his damage die, so that's 9 damage.
You're fucking.
You'll
I'm
see
half
it in the
health
video.
already.
Friendly. Well, you could have ducked behind the thing and given yourself a little boost, but that's...
I used my bonus action to curse. I could not.
Technically, I think that's movement speed. So,
Goldbrand
but
can
he did roll a 24, so I don't think the +2 AC would have been that much to
Right.
save you. But
Having understood the Elvish and seen how Valkyr got laid low last time, Tully's gonna shake his head.
I don't know if you guys can see how beautiful our compass is getting. But Davos, your
I
turn,
love
my
it.
dude.
The bridge is up, yeah?
Yeah, bridge is up. You can climb to one of the towers, or if you have spells you can cast without seeing them, you can cast them from where you are.
Is there any other entrance points to the town?
No, it is
Do
just
I
the one
yell out
drawbridge.
at-
I would
Alright.
say you know that from your exploring the town earlier. There was only one point of entry.
Alright. And I guess if I can, I'll climb up the tower. What's the range of the closest person? I can't see.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110. So pretty good ways. But if you have most range weapons, I think reach to 120.
I don't think I technically do. I'll just climb up to the tower and
I thought you had to make
ready.
it at 120 with disadvantage. I thought that was his
If you
maximum.
if you do it at 120, yeah. But he's at 110, so he's still good.
Okay. I'll climb up the tower and ready
Okay.
Vicious Mockery for anyone that comes within 60 feet first.
Okay. That's gonna bring us to Orc L. So many damn orcs. That one is this one here. He, following orders like a good little soldier, he's gonna march on forward and blast or throw that javelin. Like he's at the fucking Olympics. Actually, no, he's gonna dash. He's gonna dash to be right up here by his leader. Two more orcs, O and P. O is also going to dash. P is also going to dash. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. P is going to get just within your range to use your Vicious Mockery. So go ahead and... is that a save that he has to roll?
Yeah, con save.
Yeah, it's going to be a 12 on the wisdom save.
On a wisdom save. Oh, he ain't wise. Oh, but he rolled all right.
Technically, I rolled a 12.
Okay.
Wait, I don't think you roll. I think it's a save. Like, it should be set to your bard.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Do you know what your spell save DC is? I can look it up real quick if you need me to.
12, and it's going to be for wisdom.
So it is a 12? Okay. He does pass. Sorry, mate. That is going to bring us to
All right.
two
Can I
more.
have bonus action hide.
Yeah. I mean, they see you're firing on them. They know you're up there. They won't be able to see you. If you're wanting just to take cover, then you can duck down without having to use the bonus action.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. Is that a no to ducking down, or is that a no to the hide? He's muted right now, so I'm going to assume he's hidden. Nope.
Yeah. Just
Jesus.
keep going.
Gotcha. All right. Gonna fire off two more from the guards. Oh, they do not hit shit. Sorry, my dudes. The other orc is gonna come up. Orc S now. And he's gonna take a shot. He's gonna go 3 squares. He's gonna throw a javelin at Tali. Yeah. Oh, he got a nat 1. He goes to throw a javelin and accidentally stabs his compatriot over here. And he's going to do 5 points of damage to him. The orc he hit, not looking great. Not critical, but definitely bloodied. All right. Golbrand, it is your turn.
As a bonus action, I'd like to go ahead and cast magic stones on some of the stones that he's been holding this whole time, you know.
Yeah. Fondling his stones, I gotcha.
Yeah, carried up to the tower with him, but for my action, Goldbrand will actually like raise his right arm out towards the shaman out in the field. I think this has a reach 120 feet, and I'm gonna see if this hits before I actually. No, it does not.
Oof. That would have been nice.
Goldbrand says what I thought was some cool shit, and then y'all watch him like throw. It looked like Comet like blast out of his hands at the orc shaman. It's kind of like green and orange and yellow looking comet-like blast, and does not hit, unfortunately. So I'm sad.
Womp womp. All right. Orcs K and R. R is going to use his turn to dash because he's still pretty far back. K is also pretty far back. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He's He's actually going to try to get between you guys and his chief, not chief, but his war leader. That brings us to the top of initiative, and some things happen. First of all, you guys do see technically 3 bands of orcs to the north. The blue band is going to proceed behind these trees, and they're going to make some rolls to try to hit the guard. Oh, actually, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Oh, they are too far from there. But they are going to go there for cover. The other band of orcs, the yellow, green with Garash, are going to use their full movement speed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Excuse me. I'm counting in 5s, but that will be the full for the dash. So they are going to make their way southwest and are approaching. Orcs N and Q are going to go, wow, this compass is looking pretty fine. I'm assuming this is Josh. It has to be Josh. There's really no question about it, but
I wasn't alone in my endeavors. I can't.
Oh,
can't
okay.
take all that
Group
credit.
effort.
I will take credit for the penis teardrop.
It's a masterpiece. Thank you for that. All right. N and Q, seeing that their shaman is taking some damage, they are going to try and move up a bit and fall into a sequence. They're both going to fire off a javelin at Sidiri and Sidiri and Bergen, respectively. Bergen, are you hiding?
Thank God, not me.
I don't think so, to be honest.
Okay. You can be if you want to be, because
I would like to be. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you
definitely did that.
Your AC is 2 higher. Sidiri is also ducked down. Ooh, okay, so that's a 15 to hit you, Bergen. Does that hit with the +2?
You said 15 with +2. My
You
AC
should
is
be good.
16, so yeah,
Yeah,
I think
sweet.
that's it.
He does hit Sidiri, who's gonna take Oh, he has a 17, so he has a 19 AC. Oh no, dude is stacked. Okay, never mind. Alright, that's gonna bring us to the shaman. The shaman, seeing the bridge go up, just sort of snarls, and he is going to look at Tally.
I'm hidden.
You are
He
hidden.
is hidden.
That is true. Okay. In that case, he's gonna look at Sidiri, I think. He's gonna cast Command, which means that Sidiri has to pass a saving throw, Wisdom save. Oh, he rolled a nat 20. Thank God. You see, and none of you speak Orcish. Okay. You see him raise up his hand. His eye glow green as he begins to he hisses this word. Actually, no, he has to speak it in a language he understands. So he gestures to the gate and he tells Sidiri, open, and fails to get Sidiri, whose natural instincts sort of kick in and his adrenaline going like, fuck that, no. And that is going to bring us to Taliband.
Wait, from this height, would I be able to hit Grumsh?
Oh, the orc eye of Grumsh? Gramash?
Correct. Since I'm shooting over 2 people, presumably. Does the height effect, would I still be able to shoot at him?
I would say that he has half cover, so he would have a +2. But if you... I tell you what, if you hit in his normal AC range, you'll hit the guy in front of him. If you hit... So if you get a 16, you hit them. If you get an 18, you can hit him.
Copy, I'm gonna try it.
Fire away.
Yeah,
21.
hit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, you get him.
In addition, since I've hit, I'm also going to make him my favored foe,
Nice.
as well as make this a sneak attack.
Ooh, yeah, get him.
I just gotta find those actions.
Oh, because you're a rogue now. Oh my god.
Yes.
It has already begun. Plus the damage for the longbow
And then
itself.
roll the longbow. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Where's the no, just I don't know.
You can hit. You should be able to hit
Damage now?
longbow. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So 14, 18 points of damage. No, yeah, you
Damn.
Shrek him. You hit him in his non-glowing eye. Like you get him pretty damn good. Doesn't go down, but he is not quite critical, but he's definitely battered. That is going to bring it to Kolkar.
I guess there's room in at least one of those towers. I guess he'll go up the tower that he's already in, and start shooting. He's gonna try and pop this one here. That's the closest.
Okay, fire away, my dude.
Kerpow. Does a 15 hit?
The regular orcs that does hit. Go ahead and fire some damage.
Oh, sorry.
That's not how you fire damage.
Yeah. No, it's not.
11.
11.
You emaciate him. You shoot through him cleanly and actually poke the guy behind him for an extra point of damage. Because I am a merciful DM. So yeah, you get a very clean shot. Anything else?
Kolkar makes a sad quip about the violence. He's a centaur, I guess.
They just want their forest back. It's understandable. I don't know. I picture him as like a whole grain hippie, getting that kind of vibe. All right. So anything else for Kolkar?
He can't do anything else.
Would he like to hide? Because I'm gonna be jealous.
Yeah, best he can.
Yeah, sort of lays down like horses do.
What I was thinking.
Sidiri is gonna once again make a fire off of bolts. He's gonna aim for that purple one that you just pinged for a little bit. Oh, and a nat 1. I would say he shoots Valkyr, but at this point, I'm just being cruel to Valkyr. No. He'll take a point of damage himself. He like tries to load his crossbow, but as he does, it sort of jams and like shoots off and like catches him in the hand. Not a lot of damage, but let me roll a d4. Oh, I don't have my. Oh, there's my nice d4. Sorry. And it rolled a 4. Okay, I'm sorry, Sidiri. All right. Suddenly, as you guys are in this sort of fray, you hear another war horn. Not the sort of rough, almost guttural sound of the orc's horn, but you see emerging from the forest a group of elves on the northern end. In fact, those of you who are quite keen, particularly Tally, Bergen, and Aku, would probably gather that these are the elves who have the arrows that are in the orcs. These are the elves that were pursuing them, and this is from them. So they emerge on the scene, and they are going to go ahead and roll a few hits. Let me get my d20s out. Get to add. Okay. Ooh, 2 misses. They get 3 more. 1 hit. 2 hits. All right. 2 hits. I'm sorry, those are d8s. Am I gonna divide this? Yeah, there we go. So those of you who can't see, on the far northern edge of your map, these 5 elves, one of them in particular looking dressed a little differently, a little finer. I would even say that Tally, since your perception is so high, it almost reminds you of your good friend, whose name I'm going to find here in a second because I had that pulled aside, and yet it is not. Okay, too bad, so sad. But he reminds you of your Ivabin. I think I'm saying that right.
I believe so.
Let's say neither of us know, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'm looking through the notes too.
Aku, it is your turn, my dude.
Can I?
Shock.
I'm gonna go see what these dudes are up to. Since we said we don't know them, yeah.
Those are the
They're
other
unnamed,
guards.
or-
Yeah, they're. I mean, they do have names like it's Torum and Aelin and or excuse me, Kaelin and Alaric, but they're literally just firing on the orcs from the north. You could pop in, but it would take you. It'd take you a couple of turns to get up there.
Let's take a couple of turns. Well, I'm gonna go see what these dudes are up to. Since we said we don't know them, yeah. Those are the other guards. Yeah, they're Do I have any kind of alcohol on me at all? I know.
Yeah, you have a wineskin.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna take a step back over here and start getting dark, getting ready to fight.
Beautiful. You hear another clatter from the north as 4 more elves arrive on the scene, and they're gonna head over to the blue ones. There are 4 of them, so they're gonna get 4 shots. That one fell off the table. Ooh, 1 hit. 2 hits. Not a lot of damage. All right, so they're firing on the group from the north. Mr. Bergen, your turn, my dude.
All right. Let's
Right.
see. Guess I'm going to take a shot. I think the guy I was originally targeting is probably covered up by all his buddies now. Probably don't have a very clear line of sight.
You could try to fire on him since he's covered by other people. What I said earlier is that if you get a 16 or a 17, which is his normal AC, you will hit one of his compatriots. If you get 18 or higher, you will hit him.
Gotcha. Yeah, screw it. I'll take a shot at him then. If I might hit some collateral damage at the same time.
Yeah, go for it, my dude.
Yeah.
$18, that definitely hits. And you ping him for 8 damage. This dude is he is critical. You fire off another bolt. He has one literally sticking out of his eye. He's got one hand over it. His green eye just sort of pulsating. And you get him again in the shoulder, and he sort of goes down on a knee. Orc J is going to take their turn, and I think
I will hide after that real quick.
Good job. And I didn't even ask you for a bonus action, so I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm a terrible person. All right, so Orc J is going to come up. He's going to throw a javelin. Goldbrand, did you hide after the last one?
Mm-mm.
You did not? Okay, so he's going to fire away. Nat 20, which I just want to show off on these cool dice. This neat little raven wolf. I think it's a wolf actually, little rune. So that's not great, my dude. I'm sorry. Let me roll some shit.
Well, it's a good thing I'm at full health.
That's not great, dude.
What is
Oh
that?
boy.
After I show off
You
my
got a
dice,
cleric
that's
standing
how
right
cool
next
the
to
nat
you.
20 I get.
Yeah, I can also heal too, so I can heal Valkyr if you can heal me, or vice versa.
Oh, that's a
I
deep.
would love stamina.
Oh God. Okay. This might
Gets me in
sting
the
a bit.
throat. I was about to say, does it just go straight through his throat?
11 damage.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Oof.
Yeah. He rolled a 2 on one of his dice, so you kind of lucked out. But
Goldbrand's pissed.
oh, yeah, that's half your health, I think. So that's a pretty good chunk. Valkyr.
Kills that bastards.
Which one? You said Jay walked up, but I didn't see.
He is the green that is toward the south. He was pretty far back of the group. This one, kind of over here. Not the one that's right in front of the.
I'm still gonna go for the eye
Purple?
of Grumsh.
The Eye of Grumsh is the one in the back. So again, 17, 18 hits.
The one in the back.
Yeah, because he's sort of being covered by his compatriots. So if you get a 17 or higher, if you get a 16 or a 17, it hits one of his allies. If you get an 18 or higher, it hits him.
Whatever.
17. You go to blast him, but these orcs, seeing that their compatriot is in dire need, sort of try to get in your way. But the blast of your with your eldritch energy, this burgundy ball of almost ethereal fire, literally just embeds itself into the chest of one of these orcs, and it collapses, and you see the flames sort of like eating up at its sides. And for the third time, a group of elves emerges from the forest, popping up right behind these sons of bitches. And they are going to help you guys thin the crowd. 1 hit. They have 4. 2 hits. Where's my other D8? There we go. Not a lot of Okay, enough. So they're actually going to... They take out this purple one here, and then they deal some damage to the one beside him. So they're starting to thin out the... Help you guys thin out the group. The guard on the northern tower is going to go for a roll. Oh, that actually will hit. So he's going to hit one of these guys for... Ooh, a chunk of damage. All right. Orc M. Oh, y'all may have killed Orc M. You have killed Orc M. Congratulations, gentlemen. All right. Davos, David.
I don't think anybody's within 60 feet.
One of them is.
Alright.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Oh, actually, no, just beyond 60 feet. I'm sorry, I lied.
The
Alright.
audacity.
Yeah.
I'll once again ready
a
some
cunt.
insults.
Ready some vicious
I'll
mockery.
pick it up off of Valkyr's queue and call him a dirty-eared cunt.
Wow. All right. I mean,
You say weird?
I love,
eared. They got ear
Oh, eared.
necklaces on.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, they said
but
weird.
they're your people's ears. Okay, whatever. All right. Orc L, is gonna move forward. He is now within that 60-foot range. If you would like to blast him, or make him roll a save. I'm sorry. Is it 12? Yeah. These guys aren't very
Yep.
wise.
Well,
-1. Okay. Oh, he does not do great. So yeah, go ahead and roll some damage for that.
and he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
You insult him to the point where he like he gets a little ruffled up, and you look down, his necklace does not have a whole lot of ears on it. He seems like he's not the best soldier in the line of defense, and gets a little flustered, and as he hesitates and turns, he actually gets trampled by his allies and is killed. Congratulations, you insulted him to death. And it was his turn, so that was a good one to get. All right.
He gets an achievement, I feel like. Steam achievement for that.
Yeah.
Insulted to death.
Orc O is the purple one here. He sees these motherfuckers coming up from behind.
Pen is mightier than the sword achievement.
That's a very bard. I like that. It's a very bard-esque achievement. He's gonna move toward the center. He's gonna fire off. Actually, he was close enough to where he could probably. No, he could not make it from melee range. Okay, so he's gonna stay back there. Roll to hit with his javelin. He does not. Orc P, who I think is this one. Nope, that's Q. I think you guys have killed P too. Sweet, you're making your way through these. Guards A and C are going to both take a roll, try to hit some of the ones at the north. Oh, one of them hits. It's 13, yeah? Oh, actually both of them hit. They take out one of the orcs to the north. You now that they're a little closer, you can tell that the ones in the north are less bloodied and less harrowed than the ones that you have seen. They're also in greater number. So you get the idea that the elves had somehow separated them from one large war party and had them driven apart in the woods and have been sort of pursuing them and picking them off. Orc S is going to go. He is going to... 1, 2, 3... He's going to come up... Actually, he's going to come up just to... here. He's going to fire one off at... He's going to aim for Bergen. Bergen is hiding. Well, Bergen is... Wait, 1 second. Are you still hiding, Tally? Have we come back around to you? Did you hide on your last turn?
You can only do it as a primary action, correct?
Yes. I think at level 2 you get the ability to do it as a bonus
yeah, I
action.
used the attack action last time, so
Okay.
I'm visible.
So he's going to fire off. I will say that you do have the half cover, so a +2. Ooh, he does not hit, so Javelin goes wide. Golbrand!
Gobrand's gonna tear the bolt out of him that got him for so much, and do a lot of cursing in Uthgar, and throw an ice knife, so like water bend his water skin into an ice knife and sling it at this motherfucker.
Okay, same
'cause
rules
why
as
not?
earlier.
Yes. Oh, let me
Human
burn
shields
one
and
of
all
those
that.
spell slots. Yes.
Believe in
Yes,
you, go,
I'm-
Brian.
But I'm not the
Ooh.
best with magic, so it kind
Yeah.
of sucks.
Sort of a wide swing. It looks really intimidating, but all bark and no bite. Orc K, which I think is one of my green ones. Yeah, Greeny boy here, getting kind of nervous at the situation. Hey, baby. Getting kind of nervous at the situation here is going to. He's gonna take a shot at Sidiri. Ooh. What does he get to add to that? +3. He hits Sidiri. Ooh, and he does a chunk of damage too. Math. Wow, I felt like Devin for a second. No. Nah, I'm not gonna down you for the third time in this many sessions. That would be sad. All right, so he fires one off. Get Sidiri. Sidiri is now bloodied. He's not looking great. R is gonna go. He's gonna fire off a couple at the orcs. Or excuse me, at the elves coming up. He also swings wide. That brings us to the top of the initiative. So a couple of things happen. For one, the blue tribe of orcs is going to turn and start attacking these purple orcs. They have 5. They get their melee attack for this too. Let me look at what that damage, where that bonus is. Ooh. Dear God. Okay. Friendly note. Orcs ain't nothing to fuck with. Like, their average is 9 damage per hit. So I mean, they.
Oh my god.
That's half my health.
Not for long. It's not. Oh, and one of them critted. So that's 1 crit, 1 hit.
Shit.
1 crit, 1 hit. Oh, so I'm just gonna. You watch as. Fuck. One of the purple elves goes down. Another one of them is pretty fucked up. He is at his he is bloodied. At the same time, Garash, with his much larger force of what is this, 10 orcs, is going to turn and attack the red elves. So I'm just gonna do this in bulk for
Obedience sake.
1, 2, another crit, 2 and a crit, 3 and a crit. I think it's my last one. 3 and a crit. Garash is gonna get the crit, which ain't great. What's his he gets to add a lot more to his damage. Ooh, okay. D12. So that's doubled plus, okay. Oof. So you watch as this, in fact, now that since they're engaged not too far off, you're going to get a little glimpse of him too. I'll drop this in chat. You see this, finer dressed elf has a nice, fur cloak on. Doesn't seem like particularly noteworthy. He doesn't have jewelry on. He's not embellished in any way, but he definitely seems to be the one commanding the other elves in the field. And you see him take an axe just under the ribs. Oh my god. He is just over critical. He is in bad shape. The other 3 hits are going to do, oh no, that's right. We're doing 9 damage. You watch another one of the one of the red elves go down, and you watch another one grievously wounded. They are outnumbered on the northern front. Orc N and Q are gonna go. Good news. I think you've killed N. You have killed N. Congratulations. That's your trophy. All right. Q, seeing this situation, he's actually gonna rout, I think. Well, he'll go 30, and he's gonna try to take a shot on. We'll say Tally. I'm trying to. He does not hit.
Okay.
The Orc Eye of Gramash. He is going to come over. Well, first he's going to cast a spell. He is going to once again try to cast Command. How many times does he get that? Three. Okay, so he's going to cast a spell again. He's going to cast this one on Valkyr. Valkyr, make a wisdom save for me.
You're gross.
You're right. He sees an elf and he's gonna pick on him. I'm sorry, that's just his MO. Oh, 7. Oh my dude. He looks up at you and his eye just flares, and you can see he's bleeding out of his eye socket. One hand covering his other eye. Taking a couple of bolts. He's in rough shape, and he tells you open as he gestures to the gate. So you have to spend your next action trying to open the gate. Fun stuff.
I think it takes 2 people, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of your saving grace. He is going to take his movement. He's going to hide half behind his ally here and half behind his tree. So I would argue he gets 3/4 cover. Taliban's your turn, my dude.
Man, why are you gonna hide like that? He's taking
you
my
slapped
strategy.
some sense into me.
Yeah, I was about to say, when he leaves, Goldbrand goes, no, those fucks.
Nose bucks. I love that. 3/4 is +5 to
well.
AC.
Bit of a bummer, but yeah. This green one here is the one that Valkyr had hit, correct?
Let me double check.
I think the one I hit melted, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, that is correct. I was about to say, the only ones who have taken damage, the blue one on the north has taken a couple of points, and the purple one has taken a few points. I think all the others
Okay.
are, well, in their, they had taken damage before this fight, but otherwise they are
Okay.
unhit.
And this red one is half cover?
He has half cover. The one behind him has 3/4 cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the one with half cover.
Okay. Go ahead. Need a bit of 15. 19, that hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All dim rolls. 12.
I'm
Oh.
saying.
Oh, okay. Because I am a merciful DM, not only do you get a clean shot, as Goldbrand did earlier, you deal just enough damage for the arrow to go through and finish off the Orc Eye of Gramash.
Yes, dude.
I do not know. Let me look at command. I was about to say, I don't know if it drops or follow the command on its next turn. Can't be directly harmful to it, which it isn't. Devin, what would you rule on that? Should
I would think if the source of its magic is dead, like the spell cannot, he had to manipulate the weave to make that happen, and now his magic's no longer.
But he's it's not like a concentration thing.
Does it say that it lasts a round, or is it?
It lasts 1 round.
Oh, then it just lasts 1 round if there's no saving throw. That means it lasts 6 seconds. So he's compelled to do, he says, for 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm leaning the same way. But right now he can't enchant anybody else to do it, so that's pretty good. Kolkar.
Wait, hold up. For my bonus action, I'm gonna. Well, it's not really. Doesn't need a bonus, but I'm gonna yell over to the other tower. Grab him if he tries to go for the gate switch.
That's fair enough.
Kokar is gonna keep shooting. Let me get my character sheet pulled up here.
Fire away.
Not my character sheet. That's not it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, I didn't pick a target like a fucking idiot. He's gonna shoot the closest one.
Okay, that does hit. So go ahead and roll some damage. Good chance. Ooh, he's bloodied. Not critical, but not far from it either. Sadiri's turn. Sadiri's feeling it, y'all. He sees the orcs to the north gaining the upper hand. He sees this one about to rout. I mean, they're down to just a few troops now. He's going to fire off an arrow, and then he's going to hop down that ladder. He does hit. That's... Oh, not for a lot. He's going to aim at the purple one, I think. Oh, but that is just enough to finish off the purple one. Thanks to somebody weakening it off. So, Preesh. Senor Kolkar. And he's going to, like, slide down the ladder. And he's going to try to get as far as he can, which I think is right there. He's not... Yeah, he's heading north toward the other guard tower. Ardeep Elves 1. This group is feeling the pressure of the battle going on around them. They can't... They're rangers, so they don't have the bonus action dash. I think they are going to swap to some melee tactics. One hit, yeah, 4, and he gets.
So for my own
hits.
veracity, we have some people's hurtings. Yeah, some of you's not looking so good.
I think just me and you, huh?
And
Uh,
elf to the north. That
Yeah,
knows.
the elf to the north is pretty bad. Oh,
I
that's
just meant in
that's not a
immediate
whole lot.
vicinity,
well,
I think
goes
it's just-
no, I goes not help Sims.
Another of the green orcs drops, and you see the elves sort of fall into a formation to try to basically do what the orcs were doing as far as keeping their commander safe. I'm gonna say they rearrange themselves just a little bit, not leaving range, but just reorganizing. Aku had a very exciting battle of waiting and drinking, and raising the gate. It's like, all right, that was my contribution. Time to take a break.
Basically. I guess he's gonna continue to do what he's doing, just chilling. Not really anything to do.
Just chilling. All right. I will say, well, I would say that you guys probably are getting the idea that you could easily overpower the remaining orcs to the south. If that is any incentive to do anything differently, then I'll allow it. But just figure out, I would mention that. You guys have got them. Most of these have taken damage. A couple of points of damage, but are not fighting fit. But if you don't have anything that you're wanting to do, we'll go ahead and hit the purple elves, who are going to try to thin out these sons of bitches up here. One hit. What are they? Okay, yeah, one hit, and then one more. Just the one. They clear out one more of the blue orcs. Oh, no, they don't, because these motherfuckers aren't as injured. Never mind. They injure one of the orcs and rotate over 30, trying to join forces with their other group. Bergine.
All right. So are we aware of the elves to the north and all that jazz?
Yeah, you would note, if nothing else, you would notice that they did have a war horn, so you're aware that they are there. But you did see that the force that was approaching you has stopped and changed their attention.
All right. So who was it who had taken damage? Was it Taliban and Valkyr?
I have not taken damage.
Valkyr has.
Here in Goldbrand.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm
Valkyr
bloody.
and Goldbrand. All right. All right. So for free action, I'm going to healing words on Valkyr. Let's see.
I think healing words is multiple people, and it's a
Is it?
yeah. I think it's a bonus action, but that's fine. You could still use it unless you had something else you wanted to do with that.
Yes. No, as a bonus action, I wanted to do it.
Healing words 5e.
A creature.
No, it is just a creature. I'm thinking of
mass healing words.
yeah. Thank you. Oh, look out! Got them big heels.
And then,
Goldbrand can actually heal multiple people at a time if he has to. I have to burn a couple of resources to do it.
I will take 2 extra hit points.
I
Yeah,
don't
hey, you never
think.
know.
Roman out.
Hey, so I don't think that thing is programmed right because it's supposed to be 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, true.
What's your spell mod?
It's a 3. It should be my wisdom.
Okay, so
It's 5.
whoever you pick gains 5 hit points.
Oh, an extra 3.
Mm-hmm.
Big
And
heals.
damn. I guess I'm gonna just take another shot. I was thinking about maybe getting down. I don't know if we should maybe start making our way out of this, out of the fortress to make our way up to the north to maybe help those dudes out. But
I'm gonna do that my next turn. I'll just let you know.
I'm
Right.
also about to, because I was commanded to.
Oh yeah,
Right,
that's fair. So
shit,
if you you haven't used your action, if you want, you can use your
Right.
action to open the gate on that side,
that's
and then when
what I
he
was
does
thinking.
his, it'll lower down because it only
I
takes
think
one
I'm
to lower.
going to go ahead and do that, even
Okay.
though I should probably be asking for permission. I'm just, or getting
Ask
a
for
group
forgiveness.
consensus. Yes.
No, don't be afraid to make decisions in combat.
Rash decisions. Yeah.
All right, so Orc J, who is one of the few remaining on the southern, he is going to 1, 2, 3. He's going to try to get half cover from you guys, and he's going to fire off a javelin. I think he's still going to aim for Goldbrand. Actually, their leader has fallen. Their numbers have been greatly diminished. He's just going to dash. He's going to try to make a run for it. Valkyr.
Past the other guys.
We're gonna end up making our way north, aren't we?
Does
Alright,
our
I guess I'll
well
just
rest
climb, I'll just climb
Sorry, go ahead.
down and do the left side of the gate since.
You already done there, thanks to that command.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does my movement takes place on my turn though, right?
Yeah, so the command the command doesn't kick in until your turn. So you start your turn, you take the 10 feet of movement to get down the ladder, you use your action to open it. You still have 20 feet of movement and a bonus action if you fulfilled the command. You're not compelled to do anything else.
But you said it takes 2 actions to lower it fully, correct?
Takes 2 rounds.
It takes 2 actions to raise it, or 2 rounds, yeah, to raise it, and 1 to lower it. Because one you're fighting gravity, 1 gravity is working with you.
All right, we lower it then.
Yeah, so it is officially down. Let me move this out of your way. Why aren't you moving, bitch? I'm talking to you, you ugly son of a gun. There we go. All right.
Then I still got 20 movement.
Yeah, so you could
How many is
move
this?
another couple of squares, and
I
use
can essentially get to here only. I gotta climb down
10,
right
20.
here. 10, 20,
yeah.
or right here.
Well, technically, it's a little confusing on this map, but the ladder is inside the tower, so there's actually a door on the front. You could get to this square in between the towers.
Okay.
10,
20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Do you have anything you can do with your bonus action?
There was, but it looks like that's 100 feet to the Green Goblin, right?
The Green Goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 100 feet exactly.
I cannot then. That is it.
Okay. The other group of elves, they see this group routing and their group not doing so well.
A lot.
They're gonna go. Oh, that is loud. They're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And they're gonna. You know what? They're actually gonna fire at disadvantage to try to. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
Joe, just to let you know, I'm
Jeez.
concentrating on Wrathful Smite.
Thank you. These guys are going to fire at disadvantage to try to hit some of the orcs up north. They are wanting to help out their compatriots. Oh, well, that's actually not bad. That does hit an orc, so let me roll damage for that one. And that's not bad for damage. Doesn't bloody him, but it's a start. What is that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, second one fires. That one misses. Third one fires. Oh, that's pretty good too. Only needs to beat a 13. Yeah, we're good. Ooh, okay. He finishes off the one that the other one started. Third one shoots. Or excuse me, fourth one shoots, misses. But about this time, Tally.
Yep.
You in particular, with your keen-ass eyes. Through the madness of the battle, you spot the leader of these elves, the striking wood elf who reminds you of Ivabin. He's wielding a short sword and engaged with an orc. And as he weaves around the attacks, seemingly effortlessly, he lands a fatal blow against his foe. And yet, even as he does, you see another orc, the savage Garash, whom Valkyr pointed out to you earlier. Unseen to this leader of the elves, raises his great axe above his head, about to make a killing blow. You could not get a shot from where you are. You know this. And the only thing you can think to do is try to alert him. You fire out your hand and say, "Look out!" Your cry is lost in the clatter of battle, but even so, you sense a familiar spark of energy between your fingertips. And as your hand shoots out, a blur of purple-pink energy flies from it. You watch it travel across the river, through the battlefield, and the elf who you are trying to defend sees it, and his eyes grow wide, thinking that you're blasting at him. As it shoots by his face, grazing his cheek, it hits Garash square in the chest, bloodlessly, no wound, but stalls his swing. As the elf turns to see your intended target, the psychic blow buying him just enough time to roll away and slash at the orc along his side, you see Garash, his eyes wild and furious, turns to look at the battlefield, sees that his troops to the south are falling and that reinforcements are on the way. He blows his horn to signal a retreat, and the orcs disengage and begin to scramble for the forest. The elves, wounded and winded, elect to fire off a few more arrows at their fleeing foes rather than pursuing them. A couple more orcs fall from the battle as the war party disappears into the tree line.
Colbrand makes rude gestures and yells loudly as they run away.
Valkyr, as you watch the orcs flee, you feel a surge of anger. You start to chase Garash. You start to take off across this area.
Can I grab some?
He's on the bridge. You're up the tower. You cannot.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
He begins to sprint toward him, but one of the nearby elves halts him. As the madness of battle stops, let me clear away these orcs. The elves from the north come down to join you. 1 second.
How does he stop me?
One of the pink elves sort of puts up an arm to try to like halt you from chasing them, and he tells you.
An arm can stop me.
Well, you can make a strength check if you would like to contest it.
I think if I'm bloody well bound by my rage for the killer of my ex-lover, then I'm not gonna let
go
a
right
fucking
ahead.
arm stop me.
No, go right ahead.
Boom.
That's pretty damn good. Let me roll for this rando no-name elf. Oh, he also rolled an 18. Let me see what he adds to it.
Oh shit.
If he doesn't get to add anything, he gets a +2. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. He uses his whole body then,
I
not just
will-
one arm.
I will say a couple of them restrain you, and as the as the leader of the elves comes down, he you feel not only your own rage, but also Rua just is radiating anger and burning within your hand. You're still incredibly worked up. You are so close to killing the person who has taken almost everything from you, and to have it taken away from you is infuriating. The leader of these elves comes forward and he tells you there are more of their kind within the trees. This was merely a fraction of their force. If you pursue them in there, you will be outnumbered and you will fall.
I cannot I care not about the other ones, but that one right there took the love of my life away from me.
He has taken many of our kind as well. I
Did
understand.
you love any of them?
As a brother? As members of my tribe? Not in the way that I feel your loss, but all of us have lost loved ones to him and his savages that make up his tribe.
Does the party hear any of this?
I would say at this point, because there was a couple of rounds of movement, you guys have sort of gathered on the outskirts of town. Sadiri,
kind of approaching as they're having this conversation.
Yeah. Valkyr obviously, leading the charge because A, he was the first one on the bridge, and B, he had the biggest desire. You see the Sadiri and the guards sort of like waiting apprehensively at the drawbridge, not really sure how to proceed. But the elephant sort of takes a moment. Please, I am Rond Arrowhome of the R Deep Rangers.
Did you say Elrond?
Rond, Rond.
Thank you.
Arrowhome. And I'll drop that in chat later.
They said Elrond, and I was going to say
no.
So upset.
I must thank you. And he points to you in particular, Tally. Because of you stalling Garash's blow, I am standing here now. I'm uncertain. I know Nightstone to have a sizable guard force, and yet I see a pitiful presence upon the tower. We thought if we led them here, our combined might finish the horde. Where are the rest of the guardsmen?
There are a few in the town.
Few? I know Nightstone to have a force of at least 30 men, perhaps 50.
Well, apparently around here it rains boulders, so made short work
Boulders?
of them.
The town has been ransacked by goblins and ogres, and hearsay is giants.
He sort of like shifts his weight uneasily. This was not known to us. We do not venture out of the woods often, and when we do, we have no love for the people of Nightstone. Tell me, what's he sees the sort of 4 guards standing at the edge of the gate. Is this all that remains of their people? Were the rest killed in the attack?
We've not been here very long ourselves. They could use some assistance. We could use some assistances.
We heard that they might be in the caves to the north, some survivors.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
It's after this battle, it's growing on late afternoon, like 4 or 5. The sun is not setting, but it's getting along in the day. Ron sort of takes a moment and he sort of looks back up to you, Tal, and he goes, You are a wood elf, one of my people. What is your name?
I'm Talaband.
Talaband. 'Tis a good name.
I see how it is. You don't like us dark ones, huh?
I share no ill will toward you, drow. As far as we are concerned, all elves are brothers of the Fae. But we do hold a special kindred with our own kind, as I'm sure you do as well. Talaband, I would like to repay you for your saving my life. Would you be willing to follow me into the forest for a while? Just an hour, perhaps.
Hella sus.
It's pretty sus.
You wanna go for a
You
walk,
can-
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead. I was about to suggest it.
Please go, Brand.
Mine's probably not as good as some of y'all's. God damn.
He seems.
I would
gonna-
also, because
Yeah,
I considered that.
I'll let a
hella
couple of you.
That was sus. Goldbrand looks pointedly at Valkyr.
Oh god.
I like how you two have some of the worst insights in the party? That's not
Or
entirely
make
true.
me
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Goldbrand's isn't bad. Yeah, there we go.
It seems like it's cool.
Yeah. You're still kind of pissed at him for sort of intercepting your pursuit, but he seems nice.
Yeah, no, seems like a nice guy.
He Tally, what think you of this this invitation?
You wouldn't have any of my allies with me, would you?
If it would do you comfort, one could attend. Though
Turn to the group.
what I share with you is something passed down from our people. Something I would just choose someone you find trustworthy.
Certainly, I'll reply in Elvish. Then we'll speak our tongue.
These are lessons that can be observed not just through words, but through action.
I can also speak Elvish, so I understand exactly what's happening.
There's 3 of you who are elves. Yeah, it's not like this ain't no secret.
Aku hears this, kind of walks up and like, I will go with you. I will go.
Do you know the way?
Telly shrugs and like, yeah, I'll take this walk.
Sidiri at this point, sort of like nervously at the edge of the tower, like he at this point, I don't think he considers any of you the leader. Certainly not you, you drunken buffoon. He arrested you like a week or a couple of days ago. He will sort of make his way out and could I have a word? And he'll just say to the party in general. If anybody,
I'll go if nobody else wants to.
I mean,
Fuck that man, you
but
just heard me arrested
he
me
wants.
last week. Fuck
Oh,
that
he
man.
wants people to walk off with him. Goldbrand will go see whatever he wants.
not walk off, but he does sort of speak in hushed tones, and he says, "The elves, while we have had a long-standing treaty with them, they have been at war with Nightstone in the past. I don't find them untrustworthy, and they are true to their word, but I would be cautious. My men and I need time to recover. I understand some of yours are injured as well." You see at this point, actually, that the Dragoness has come up. They have one more... Should I give them a long rest, too? I gave everybody else a long rest. Okay, so they have 2 cure wounds each, so they don't mind to patch up a couple of people. They are going to spend one on Sidiri, because he's rougher than all of you, I think.
Yeah, Goldbrand needs it the most.
Yeah, I'm at half.
Yeah, I'm only missing 4 right now.
Goldbrand,
Also,
they got an 8. Goldbrand gained 11 hit points. That puts you back to full.
Yeah, it does. Wow,
Can
that one likes me.
Can we also
I
Oh,
told
it
you
is-
use once it warms up to me.
Canonically, this is Akara. This is the sweeter one who worships the goddess of mercy. You sort of see Kava, who's tending to somebody. Who else needs healing? Oh, she'll tend to Rond. You see her kind of like glare and like grip his arm a little too tightly as she's like curing this, and just like sort of give you a little pointed look. She does heal him 10 points, but I'm gonna say that her grip does a couple of points to balance that out. They still have one more heal if somebody needs it.
I'm missing 4, and that's it. So I'll take it.
Okay.
I don't think anybody else took damage.
You're back to full.
All right.
I do want to ask while this is happening. Goldbrand wants to ask. Oh God, his name left me.
Sidiri or Rond?
Sidiri.
Okay.
Did you send the peoples with protections? If it has been many days, how do you know there are even bodies worth going back for?
We didn't send them with anything. They fled the town. There were guardsmen with them who were armed. Perhaps some of these villagers were...
So this is where the rest of your force is that the elven chieftain speaks of.
This is correct.
How many did you send?
Again, we didn't send anyone. The survivors who were not crushed in the attack fled. Gauging by how many we found here, there's probably 50 or so. Not just guards, of course, but townspeople, men, women, children who were unaccounted for.
Can the elves hear this?
It depends on how loud you started this conversation. If you were,
No,
he
I
was.
wasn't trying to be loud about it.
I mean, they're elves. They got keen hearing, my dude. I mean, they hear, but they don't.
It doesn't particularly matter to Goldbrand. He was just wondering.
Doesn't matter to them per se either. They know, they know roughly how many people are in Nightstone, so they're. In fact, a couple of them might be surprised at the numbers lost. There's at least a couple of dozen people who died in the. Well, there's probably a little under 20 people who died in the initial attack.
I'm motion to go over, and maybe that goblin we caught might know something.
If it's even still fucking theirs, I'm gonna go look for it.
You
Let's
guys
go.
did have the drawbridge up most of the time, so he couldn't escape. But when you come back, you do not see him where you left him.
Fucks it.
Fucksits. Oh boy. At this point, Rond is going to tell his men we should return back in case they find our village. I will see this one as he sort of gestures his head toward Tally. I will see this one to the edge of the wood and meet up with you shortly. And the surviving 10 elves, only a couple of them died, that's okay. They pick up the corpses of their fallen comrades and begin to make their way back into the woods. Ron sort of waits patiently for you guys to finish any business that you have, but is waiting for Valkyr to join him. Or, excuse me, Tally to join him. Bloop.
I will tell Taliban before he goes. I would proceeds with cautions, friends. You never knows when stays. There is a dead city behind us for the takings. Just be insightful.
Well said. Keep my drawing hand ready.
At the very least, gives us the warnings to get the fucks out before you sell the cities to the elves.
I will.
All right, so I know we're past our break point. We're gonna finish this little narrative thing, then we'll take a break and resume. So Ron leads you into the Ardeep Forest, through thickets that have been long since penetrated. These have grown up thick. There are no trails that you really see, but he finds a way to navigate through it sort of naturally. And you, being a wood elf, are accustomed to this yourself, growing up in the high forest. He takes you back through the trees, and after about 10 or so minutes of walking, you're sort of surprised to see a structure out here. A stone and wood lodge, overgrown, very nearly buried in vines and low-hanging tree branches, long neglected from whoever constructed it. And you would know from seeing wood elf architecture that this was not made by the elves. And he tells you that this was once the Nandar's hunting lodge. Nandars being the rulers of Nightstone before Lady Nandar's death. He says that Dreslin, who is the lord of the keep, time and time again he disrespected the boundaries of the forest that we had agreed to. He poached our game. He felled trees to expand his land, and nearly discovered the location of our village. You, as a fellow wood elf, must understand how closely we guard that information, for our own preservation. His transgressions grew too brazen, and a year ago... It says a year ago, but I feel like this was actually much longer. 10 years ago, the wood elves attacked Nightstone. Our people killed a few guards, but most importantly, I myself fired an arrow that struck and slew Dreslin as he watched cowardly atop his keep. His wife...
I see you in the woods.
What?
I'm just laughing. Invites you in the woods amidst a regicide.
I mean, regicide's giving this guy way too much credit. But his wife, Lady Velrosa, She renewed the peace treaty that Dreslin's ancestors had made generations ago, and swore to the terms. She upheld that treaty. I must know, do you know of her fate? Is she with these villagers in the caves?
Was that in the notes?
You know that she was killed. Sadiri told you that she was killed in the attack on the keep.
Okay. Yeah, in which case, she did not live through the assault.
He sort of bows his head a little bit. We have no love for these people, but she was an honest one, and we respected her for such. You are most unusual. You have a look in your eye that most of my people do not. And that blast of energy that you sent out, it saved my life, but as it went by, I could have sworn that it sliced me. I felt the sting. And yet, I do not bleed. I have no wound. And even as it struck Garash, it left no mark on his chest. What, pray tell, was this?
You felt it in your head, didn't you?
I had thought that to be of my imagination. But yes.
Kair Karim, do you know these words?
One more time?
Kair Karim.
It's Elvish, yes. It's perfect blade.
Exactly. I've only heard it spoken to me once, and that was the only other time that I've seen that same blade. But it did not come from my hand.
Can you do this again?
Looks down at his hand. Well, I'd certainly like to do it, if I could. I haven't discovered how or why. Perhaps it is to be struck by the blade. I have felt its sting too, but I know nothing else. My mission is to go into the Dripping Caves. That is where I'll find out more.
Well, one thing is for certain. If you are to be blasting off bolts of energy, especially toward me, I would like for your aim to be a little more keen. I will teach you something my people have passed down through the generations. He turns back to the lodge and he points to the door frame. The shrubbery sort of overgrowing the steps that lead up to it, but there you still can see and make out the large sort of mantle that rests over the door. The top right corner. Strike it. You have a bow, I presume, yeah? I think you were using it earlier.
Correct.
Yeah.
Am I going to make an attack roll?
Yes, make an attack roll.
16.
You go wide. You're I should also preface that you're pretty far away from this lodge. You're not right up on it by any means. You are, I would say, pushing the 120 feet of your range.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells you, no, you must learn to take your time, focus. There is no need to flee, to approach. This is time that you can instead use to hone in. So now, roll again with advantage. And what you're using is your bonus action and your movement to give you that advantage.
Wow.
You are a slow learner. That is all right. He points to another target. There's a thrasher. Or excuse me, the rafter on the west side of the lodge. Strike it. Roll again with advantage.
This dude.
You rolled so good earlier.
Yeah.
It's
Used all
like
my good
your
rolls in the combat.
your mind it wanders. Focus.
I'm just thinking
breathe.
about that pink bolt, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm a bit
Take-
distracted.
Let us try again. And he points to a thrasher, a small bird on a branch just behind the lodge. This is pretty good distance. Try again.
I say aloud, I will not strike the bird.
You do not wish to end its life?
Correct.
Admirable. Instead, he points to, oh, at spring, there wouldn't be fruit. There is a carved bird on the sort of
Aha!
crest of the rafter. This one has no life to take. Give it your best.
How about that?
There we go. All right. You strike it, hit it right through the center. It actually splinters, sort of rains down in the front of the lodge, leaving these shattered bits of wood on the steps. I knew you would pick it up eventually.
33%.
These these orcs, they will be back. Their forces have been restless of late. You may need assistance in the future. And he has sort of a almost like a messenger bag on his side, and he reaches in, he pulls out a scroll, and he hands it to you. This scroll has magic embedded into it, made by some of our soothsayers. Using this, you can send me specifically a message. And while I owe no loyalty to Nightstone, I do owe you a life debt. Should the situation arise, call upon us, and we will come to your aid.
Thank you for that, and hopefully next time we meet, I'll have Kayakorim in hand.
And hopefully be a little more keen of aim.
Certainly.
He is going to dismiss you. Or not dismiss you, but give his farewells and begin heading off into the forest. And that is where we're going to take our break real quick. Sorry I ran over, but I knew that orc combat would take a minute. So we're going to come back to that in just a minute. Let's meet back in about 5 to 10.
Copy.
All right.
All right, bitchachos. Who else here? Oh, Roman.
Roman's here.
The only person who matters is here. And he's not even a person.
What? Dad, I didn't hear that.
He's a
Wow,
good boy.
puppy. Good job, good puppy. I know it wanted a cheesecake bite. I know. Yeah, can it see its goofy face?
The best face.
He does have a pretty good face. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, good face. Hello. What's
Right.
up, good face?
Do I see that Senor Bergen and Senor Tally are with us as well?
I am here. I have to
Ian.
pick up, so bear with me.
I will do my best. Oh, and actually, when I wrote this, I didn't plan for a coup, so I need to change something real quick. So this is actually... Oh, and there he is. He heard me.
Like a devil. Look. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Also, the devil's hands are idle playthings.
That always sounded hella sexual to me.
I mean, playing the holophoner seems vaguely sexual.
I mean...
Not as sexual as
you-
freaking Tally's hour in the woods.
No, yeah, the whole time Goldbrand is like, "Are they fuckings?"
Are they fucking? You don't know what Tally's into. Don't judge.
So during all that, can we say that we were searching for the goblin?
Why don't y'all roll? I'll roll a stealth check. Everyone who wants to can roll a perception check. Ooh, he rolled well. Fair warning.
Wow, I quit. Ooh, Aku sees all kinds of shit. Oh, Bergen sees all the shit.
Aku and Davos just missed it, but Spencer's got it going on. I kind of want to wait for I guess Stefan is the only one we're waiting on. Is Brandon here? No, yeah, he rolled, so he's here. Well, we'll go ahead and get past some of the mundane things. You guys do eventually.
Just missed.
Aku just missed, yeah. Aku and you were both just a little too low. He rolled a 17, but he gets to add a couple points to it. But Spencer, after searching the town for a brief while, Spencer finds him in the windmill on the rafters above the actual grindstone. And he's waiting there kind of nervously. Hi!
Tell him not to go nowhere, and I poke my head out the door and holler to my homie comrades. He's over here. I found the little green bastard.
You see him you see him frantically look around trying to look for somewhere to go, but knows there's no way but, the one door that you're blocking. I will say for expediency's sake that you guys sort of drag him into the square where you can choose to interrogate as you see fit.
Can I carry him by his scruff?
Carry him by his Sure, yeah. It's pretty
Goblins have scruff.
This
They
goblin
do
does.
now.
See it.
When
I
your
would say
hands as
maybe
big as
by-
Goldbrand's, everything has
Do it.
scruff.
his
Goldbrand
whole neck.
means to grab him by the scruff, but sort of is trying to like half choking him.
Yeah, carried him by the back of the
And he's at 1 hit point. I mean, he's probably had a short rest, but he's still fucked up. Would you guys like to ask him anything in particular?
I was gonna say Goldbrand has a question or two,
Say
but
my fat boy voice. Where is he? But I don't know who he is. So
Where are they?
right. I guess where did you come from? Not to be confused with Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh man, I was gonna make the joke.
Caves, north.
Oh shit.
He sort of points.
Did you leave more behinds in the caves?
Leave more me's? More
Yes.
goblins?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many
well,
mores?
Well, a lot came with me here's, but you.
Yes, can you count? Do you know numbers?
It's more than this many. That's
So Goldbrand needs to know.
Did you see the villagers?
Oh, yeah. they come to caves to get away. But they know we were there. So we
Oh,
capture them and then come here to find shiny things and food.
Do you
Is it
often
just
work?
goblins?
Do you
Oh,
often work with the big ones? The
Oh,
big fat ones?
the ogres. Yeah. Two ogres in the cave.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Goldbrand doesn't say that.
I say that.
Most of you would know ogres are pretty tanky boys.
Mm.
And they have them prisoner.
They do.
Townspeople, I cannot write.
Is there a secret entrance?
Oh,
Oh,
that was
there-
a good one.
That's a great question,
Can
actually.
he have inspiration for that? That was
no,
the most hard thing I've ever fucking heard anyone ask.
I will say, yeah, you can totally do that. There. Many ways into caves. Big mouth of cave where villagers come through. Everyone know. But on one side, there long, narrow tunnel that lead in. But you don't want to go that way.
One knows.
There's deaths. Eats goblins. No.
So your kind does not use this entrance.
No.
Which
no,
entrance do
Yeah.
you use?
There two more. There one.
Oh, God.
If you swim good, me no swim good. If you swim good, you can swim to underground stream. Or there's one from above. If you go on top of mountain, there is cavern. You can come down.
Can I make an insight check to make sure he's fucking lying about any
He's-
of this?
You can.
Sure.
Because I'm supposed to be doing this every time.
Can we
you roll?
smeagol this
12.
bastard and just get him to lead us?
I
He.
want to lean over to Bergen and I
Mhm.
want to kind of like tap on his arm and I want to say, do you think this goblins is telling the truth? No!
Well, you rolled in that one, but you do have a 15 passive insight, so I'm gonna let you take that. But you get that this goblin is under duress. He's not lying. He's hoping that if he gives you guys good information, that you'll let him go.
All right. I relay that back to the Goldbrand. I think he's telling the truth. I think he's just scared and desperate.
I goes now.
Goldbrand laughs.
I
But
goes.
Goldbrand laughs louder.
I goes now.
Knows.
Where do they keep the ogres?
Actually, he is going to try and make a dash for it.
Thornwell.
Anybody who oh wow, I was gonna say a dex
mean-
check, but well, roll to hit. Anybody else who wants to try can try to grab him. He's gonna
Wait, is this an opportunity of attack? Because technically I can't do the spell as an opportunity as attack yet.
This is technically a reaction, so it would fall under opportunity attack, I would think. Now you can. Well, he can
Then I'm
get
gonna kill
he can get 60 feet. He's. I mean, at this point, you've told him you're gonna kill him anyway. He's gonna try to run. He didn't roll great.
Yeah, since I can't use the spell, Goldbrand's going to start swinging on him.
He's gonna try to. Well, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Goblins are gobby boys. I think that he can disengage as an action, or as a bonus action. Excuse me. Nimble escape. He can disengage or hide as an action or bonus action on each of its turns. Or, excuse me, as a bonus action. So he's going to disengage and dash.
The bridge is still up. Rip.
The
Oh, I guess it's not now.
No,
is it?
well, it was down. Also, one of your compatriots isn't in the town, so I assume you guys haven't raised it back up on him yet. You
Oh, yeah,
never
we're
meant,
looking-
you never said it. So he's gonna
Yeah.
try to. If any of you want to make a ranged attack, if any of you, he can't make an opportunity attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip out my my crossbow. Take a shot.
He's
I have a
he's
javelin.
pretty fucked up.
I have a javelin. Can I throw it?
Bergen first, and then we'll let
Yeah.
Goldbrand make a swing.
Yeah. Do it, Bergen. Shoot him with that fucking crossbow.
Pew pew. That do hit. Right?
Oh, nice.
That do hit.
Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that do not hit. You're a
I was
point
gonna say,
shy.
it was a little low.
You may throw a javelin.
Oh, I want to do a javelin or a ranged spell attack.
You better make your mind up before he dashes away, you bitch.
Well, I guess I'm gonna use the second use I have of guiding bolt for the day,
Okay.
because I can cast it without using a spell slot twice. Oh, whatever.
We'll say Kolkar gets a shot in too, so roll one for him, and if no one gets that, then he's gone.
I may cast sleep.
Oh. Q.
Devon.
Oh. Sorry, I was marking off my use of.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were pulling
What's
up
it
Kolkar's
called?
thing.
I've got it here. Give me just a second.
Oh, that hit,
Oh.
and he's in rough shape anyway, so that takes him out. You guys execute this goblin right as he's on the drawbridge. It strikes him, and he sort of like almost cartoonishly like clutches to his chest, like spins on his heel, and falls off the bridge into the water.
I imagine that's the moment that Taliban reaches the drawbridge.
Yeah,
He just sees this goblin sprinting out and gets eviscerated. Like,
yeah, Tally's making his way back into town. Oh, Stefan, you bitch, where'd you go? Okay, well, I'll yell at him later. Yeah, Tally's coming back into town at this point, and is seeing sort of this ruckus. As he comes back in, the guards raise the drawbridge back up, which I'm gonna draw real quick just to symbolize that that's up. Bloop. Raise the drawbridge back up, and Sidiri comes up to you guys. I know that all of us are a little worse for wear from today. We should rest up, but head out in the morning. If possible, we could use some help watching the town. We don't know when those orcs may be back or what else is lurking out in the woods. If each of you were to take a shift, combined with my men, we could have all 4 directions covered.
if no one else does, Goldbrand will.
Yeah.
I was going to say Goldbrand will fill in.
I was gonna say I don't think I took a watch last time. We had to take watches, so I'm not taking one first this time.
Goldbrand will fill him in on everything the goblin said about having the prisoners and the ogres in the cave.
Sidiri goes pale. God, no, I was worried when no one came back that something had happened, but I mean, if the goblins
has
have
had them for 3 days.
No, yes.
Great jobs, those friends.
We were stranded in the keep. Even if we could get out, there were goblins in the town that outnumbered us. Trust me, no one is more upset by this news than I. I have not been captain of the guard long, but this is still my duty to protect these people. And we will make it right. I must talk to the other guards, but please, if you could help us with watch. Valkyr's not here, so he's being a bitch. He sort of glances at Valkyr, who's still fuming, very pissed off that Garash has got away, very short with everyone, sort of aggressive. Perhaps you should wait till later in the night. Actually, I just saw that I have a message from Stefan, so let me read that real quick. Oh, that bitch. Okay.
I mean, I'm good with going now. If it's only midday.
No, it's growing late in the afternoon.
Late at night.
Yeah, it was about 5 o'clock
Okay.
when Tally left. 6. It's still end of winter, so it's already getting dark.
What did the goblin say about the way he doesn't want to go? There's something that eats goblins.
There's a
Yeah.
tunnel on the side where something eats goblins up. He didn't specify. He wasn't necessarily requested for more details. He did tell you that there's a way to go underwater, and there's a way to come down from above. The way
Can
underwater.
I recall all my childhood stories what might eat goblins?
Lots of things. Goblins are kind of like bottom of
more
the.
dangerous.
But
Yeah.
it could be any sort of giant fauna.
Or flora, for that matter. Goblins are very low on the food chain. A lot of things eat goblins. even like wolves and wild like normal animals will eat goblins if given no other option.
AKA, it's going to be more dangerous
Yeah.
than a goblin anyway.
Yeah.
So did we go to level 3 after that fight?
You will, but let's get there
Okay.
first. So you
Goldbrand
guys
will look at Talibund. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, he's gonna look at Talbot and say, and like just kind of like hand over face, and he'll say, he says, if you will start the fires for thems, and he'll point at the newly freed. He says, I will start our fires. We'll just have them here in the fucking squares, and he'll go about like trying to find shit like fire.
Upon hearing you say this, Sidiri will say, you are welcome to stay in the inn, the stable, any of the buildings that remain, if it provides any comfort.
Vox isn't in.
He sort of like slowly realizes, oh yeah, that's right, you're a barbarian. Okay, you talk better than most, but he let's say the beds aren't in great shape. Some of them have been destroyed. Some of them might be covered in shit, but you all find shelter for the night, we'll say. But he does ask you all to take watch. Who wants to take? I need 2 of you to take first watch.
I don't mind taking first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Tally and Bergen, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Goldbrand will take the middle shift.
Okay.
As he has volunteered to do so before.
As you guys, let me get to the right point. Okay. As you guys go to take your watch, you post up at several of the guard towers. One of you is on the north end, one of you is on the east end, a guard is on the west end, all sort of keeping an eye out. Sidiri is sort of wandering around toward the keep, trying to keep an eye out for any sign of movement in the woods. Tally, for an instant, you see the drow in the shadows, and hear a faint laugh in the recesses of your mind, but it's so faint that you're unsure if it happened or if your mind is playing tricks on you with the quiet of the night. You notice nothing else for the rest of your watch. Bergen, while you keep watch, you feel uneasiness in the pit of your stomach, a lingering anxiety about the people of Nightstone. You ponder what Helm would have done in this situation, what he would have you do. You know that you and your companions are too wounded from today's battles to search tonight, but you find the guilt difficult to shake, even as you trade off shifts and head to bed. Who's taking the next 2?
Goldbrand will take one spot.
I'm going to
I'll take the
pray
other.
before I go to bed.
I'll take the last
Good
one
cleric.
at dawn.
Aku, you take your watch, and at first you're sipping on your wine, and you're sort of just thinking of the weird situation you've been in the last few days. You went from wanderer to criminal to... You almost have a sense of companionship with the guards. You were trapped with them for a few days, and while you aren't, particularly fond of them, you know that they are suffering in this. You know that one of them has a wife who's captured. You know that one of them has family who was killed in the attack. One of them who doesn't know where his children are. So you sort of sympathize with them. You take a few swigs of your wine and notice nothing for the remainder of your watch. Goldbrand, while you stare off to the slowly swaying trees of the Ardeep forest, you can't help but feel out of place within the palisade. You feel as if you've traded free-sprawling forest for the security that these tied and bound trunks offer. You keep a steady watch and notice nothing through the night. Which brings us to Kolkar, Davos, and Valkyr. Kolkar, during his watch, can't help but scan the skies and search for the blackened star that represented the fall of Nightstone. But, as expected, he is unable to find it. His legs restlessly kick at the dirt, but nothing disturbs his watch. Davos, you know that the chill of the early spring night should be bitter, but you feel a warmth from your father's amulet that fends off the cold. You still have so many questions about the amulet, and you're uncertain if Haral, the one man who may have answers, is even alive. His fate lingers in your mind for the remainder of your watch. And Valkyr, as he awakes from a restless sleep, begins his watch and stands in the half-destroyed watchtower to look into the moonlit night. Rua no longer burns hot, instead filled with disappointment, a disappointed chill at Garash's escape. It weighs heavy on his chest, and he thinks perhaps there is something he could have done differently, some other course of action that could have led to Garash's demise. The guilt resonates within him, and a small white moth flutters by, dancing in the light of the nearby torch before resting on his left hand. As he peers down at the little insect, the cool, familiar voice of Elistrai enters his mind. You did well today, young one. The Undermountain was not carved in a day, nor did I expect you to defeat Garash with the forces at your disposal. But on this night you helped rid the world of a dozen orcs that would have killed many more of our kind, and have struck a blow to Garash's forces. You may not know it, but your actions have changed the fate's weave. This is not an easy task, and it warrants reward. The moth travels up his arm to his shoulder, begins to dissolve into a familiar silvery powder that flutters and swirls about him, before embedding itself painlessly into his deltoid. As the powder begins to take shape, he recognizes it as the elven glyph for Moon, one of the many symbols of the Dark Maiden. Her voice returns, this time seeming to come from within him. You will have the opportunity to take Garash's life, but you must not let pride stand in your way. Use this, my gift, alongside Elunith to strike down that foul beast, and rid the world of his vile presence forevermore. Feels a tingle in his palm. As he clenches his fist, a moonbeam seems to break off from the radiant night and solidify within his hand, forming a beautiful longsword, strikingly sharp, keenly crafted. And even as he holds it, it begins to shift into a hand axe, into a sickle, a spear, before glowing bright and disappearing altogether. He feels Rua's approval, radiating outward, and begins to recognize her earlier chill not of frustration towards him, but in disappointment in herself, something that he can relate to all too easily. He watches the moon sink low as his shift draws to a close, and as dawn peeks over the mountains, you feel your bones that you are one dawn closer to Garash's last. End of shift. So he will get that clip.
Sounds like a +3 to damage to Garash.
No. Funny you mentioned that. But we'll get to that later. The following morning, Sidiri greets the party at first light, eager to have them begin the rescue mission. He tells them that the Dripping Caves are just a few miles north of town, and he gives them rough directions, warns that there are many caves. He provides you with spare food supplies, and says that the survivors will likely be starving. Does anyone have any?
Does Goldbrand have time to turn his healing potion supplies into a healing potion during that long rest?
I would say you could probably have been tinkering with that during your.
Because I have the
during your
kit and I
break.
have the proficiency for
Yeah.
it. I just. Okay.
During that time, I clean up a little bit of the Temple of Goblin shit and what I can, try to restore a little bit of order.
As you do, you can't help but linger on the statue. It's taken some abuse, even more so than the statue of Maleki on the opposite side. You clean up, and while it's still far from the temples that you would recognize of your home, you feel you're one step closer to restoring Lathander's image in this place.
Cute. So the next one.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say the next morning. Breakfast circle? Most of y'all know what that means.
Wake and bake?
I think you mean kill circle?
Kill circle? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like where we all get back to back and then like facing outwards, ready to kill, like family kill circle.
Family time.
I mean, that's like at breakfast circle when we're all stuffing our face before we leave. Goldbrand will ask And I don't know why I can't remember his fucking name.
Sidiri?
Sidiri.
Yeah.
No. Like Sydney, but Sidiri. He'll ask it, are you planning on sending any guards with us?
I had thought about it, but to be honest, I do not want to leave the town completely undefended. If we were to leave, we
I
would
would
have
agree
to
with
leave.
that.
If we were to leave, we would have to leave the drawbridge down. And if something were to come back, be it 7 snakes or orc or goblin, they would have free run of the city, perhaps even locking us out. And
What if we left them to lower and raise the gates? And I pointed at newly freed.
I am, even still, I am not quite. I do not feel comfortable leaving my city in the hands of strangers. You have done great things for me. Make no mistake, I am appreciative, but I cannot allow complete strangers to have access to my city. It would be no different from me handing the city over to Kella as well as I knew her.
But if there's no villagers left for us to save, you have no city to protect.
Trust me, I know also.
Can you at least provide us horses?
We have
This
none.
is what children's use. Oh.
What children's used to.
This is what children's use to
you-
travel quickly. Yes.
You noticed. I mean, you guys have the single horse that's drawing the wagon, but when you checked the stable earlier, all of the horses seem to have fled the city as well. As you would too if a giant boulder landed in your pen. It actually killed one horse. I don't think you guys actually explored that space, but one of the boulders did kill a horse in its stall, and all the
Sounds
others
like
bolted.
rations for the next week.
The goblins are picking at it. He
Does we think I will address the group. Does we think we even needs the helps? We are it seems to be at least a hard to kill group of individuals.
I think we'll be all right. I have the faith of my god on my side.
so, I will.
Try not to snort.
It
Some
seems we have no other choice
Roll-
either way.
roll. 2 people can roll a persuasion check, or one of them can roll with advantage. Whoever wants to do that.
I does not need to roll that.
I don't.
Yeah, I probably should have.
Persuasion.
Got high
Persuasion, yeah.
I'm -1.
I got a
Same.
+4, so give me one
That sounds like
second.
you with advantage, yeah.
Me with advantage, add 4 to each
16,
of
okay.
those.
Oh, add 4. Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
Sweet. Okay, so Sidiri just looks really guilty. He comes back up to you guys, and I've thought about it, and I see that some of your men here are armed, referring to the newly freed. If my guards stay behind to supervise them, I would not feel opposed to joining you, if you would have me.
Word. Good job.
Word indeed.
And my bow.
And
In my bad, I'm challenged.
right, so Sidiri will be joining you guys for this, which I did not plan on. But I also did, when I wrote this, I didn't plan on any of the newly freed being here because that was all sort of thrown in. So that does change some things. But no, Sidiri will join you guys. He says that I can lead you to the caves. It's not far from here.
Perfect.
It's about an hour walk. But you guys leave, and under normal circumstances, you would. Sorry, what?
I was going to say, does he know the secret entrances or only
Well,
the
that
mouth
was
of the cave?
He
I
does
was about
not.
to ask. Gobrand wants to ask him to he wants him to stop within scouting distance. Does that make sense? He doesn't
Yeah.
want him to lead him right up to it.
Okay. So let me go ahead and do it.
And I
Because the
do
closer
have
they
a point of inspiration, or no?
You do, yes. Inspiration
Alright.
is
closer we get, Gobrand will
underutilized.
say, he says, I think perhaps I can help us find some of these entrances. Ulfgard hope all of them. I will need a little bit of time.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
about
remembered I can't fly.
a little under an hour passes before Sidiri brings you there. Under normal circumstances, you guys would have had to make a survival check to either follow the tracks or follow his directions and find it. But he leads you there in under the time it would normally take you. As you guys approach, you pass several caves. You see several openings and sort of winding tunnels. None of them particularly large, but as you are about 100 yards off, he points forward and you see a larger mouth, perhaps 20, 30 feet wide, maybe at its apex, narrowing slightly before continuing into the darkness. That there is the entrance that I'm aware of, but if your goblin friend found something else, then perhaps we can utilize that. What did he tell you? What do you know of this entrance?
Not much, only that there's more than this one.
He didn't give you...
I only see... Did he? I don't think he did.
He told you that there was one that was underwater, and he told you that there was one from above.
Right.
The other
And
one he
one
said
that
you
has
didn't want
the
to go
long,
to.
narrow tunnel. Yeah, the one that you
Yeah.
don't want to go to is the long, narrow tunnel.
I know we have 3 elves. How many people have dark vision?
I do.
I don't think I do.
I definitely don't.
Right. Y'all want to take a peek into the mouth of the cave, perhaps stealthily,
Yeah, I can.
So,
or into the chimney?
well, I was about to say meta talk. Goldbrand has a use of wild shape he can use to turn into something either inconspicuous or just very small. If you guys want him to scout ahead, I was trying to find the best wild shape use to maybe find the tunnel that the goblin's talking about.
You
'Cause-
can't do a flying one yet, can you?
No, I
Oh.
can turn into a giant wolf spider. Which, if I'm looking for a long, narrow tunnel that Devin thinks spiders are in, Goldbrand doesn't know, but Devin thinks there's a giant spider in there, a la Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Giant wolf spider
Sheagoy.
might go and find that.
Shelob? Shelob? What was her name?
It is something like
Yeah,
this.
it is Shelob.
It was definitely Sheila.
Sheagorath is the god from Skyrim. I think the mad one.
Yep.
I'm having a hard time with the list because it's got to be
Um,
1/4 or whatever. It's
Yeah.
got to sort it a certain way. Like,
I do have 10 candles. I can't imagine they give off much light. But
You
I'll
all
wager-
have torches as standard
Ah.
equipment, adventure equipment, but torches also mean that things can see you and sort of draws a little bit of attention.
Yeah, I'll wager that I have the highest stealth and perception, so I am willing to stealth up to the mouth of the cave and take a peek if I can. No torch in hand.
Okay.
I like that idea.
Holds on just the seconds, friends. Goldbrand is going to probably wild shape into either. Would you prefer something to follow you or something to like? He'll turn into a mouse and get in your fucking pocket if he doesn't have to make a stealth check.
I mean, do you want to save that wild shape for battle, maybe?
I can. I'm a little afraid about
Because
him going
if-
by himself,
let-
but he is super stealthy.
Well, I mean,
You
we
guys
could still
can
be
be-
perhaps like
I can also
nearby.
use to step out. Look, I'm gonna be the best scout for this.
Yeah, he's not talking about
Yeah.
like actually going in. We're
I just
just
want to look towards the mouth
yeah,
and
take a peek,
can I,
see if
can I
we
go
can
in the
see.
canopy? Are there trees? Like, can I dart from
Not
treetop to treetop? or
not
something?
really near the cave. You know, the
Okay.
you guys could spend some time checking the outside of the cave out. You could try to take a peek inside. You have a couple of options.
Yeah, I would, probably make a roundabout route using as much cover as I can to get to like one of the sides of the mouth and try to take a peek in.
I would say that you guys could all get fairly close to the base of the mountain, feeling unseen. Tally, before you do this, do you have night vision? Dark vision, excuse me.
I have. Let's see. I'm quite.
He's been to the Fae. He's got super dog vision.
Yeah, that's
You're an elf, but I don't think wood elves
yeah,
get
dark
it.
vision.
Dark
can
vision?
See darkness.
Okay.
Shades of gray up to 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a stealth check and a perception check.
1, 2.
Oh, you guys can see this on the thing, can't you? Oh, that's
Like not really, but like funny. I would have like my guitar in the background playing like Mission Impossible music, but not really.
well. No. What I'm thinking is, if I share this recording with you guys, you can see what's on my screen, so you guys can see the stuff that's grayed out on your screen. So I'm gonna move some stuff over. That's a little less conspicuous. Okay, I'll edit that later. Let me go over and see what you rolled for stealth. 24. Okay, that's pretty solid. In fact, they would have to get a nat 20 to get you. They got a 19, so they got pretty close. But all right. So you peek your head in. Now I've got to zoom back out and reveal some stuff. And you see, with the 15, you see a good bit of action, actually. You see a large central cavern, near the mouth of which there is an ogre bathing in mud. Reveal, damn it, reveal!
Now wait a second. Are we level 3s?
You are level 3s.
Oh, okay. That
Reveal,
changes
you
some
cunt.
stuff.
How's the best way to level again? You say just to edit your character?
Yeah, do you see like the icon looks like an anvil?
Yeah.
There we go.
I would use that.
You see a large ogre bathing in a mud pit not far from the entrance. You see a couple of goblins along the walls. You see a forest of stalagmites. And you see a couple of entrances nearby. You see a tunnel on the eastern side. You'll actually see that goblin too. Hang on. See a tunnel on the eastern side. 60 feet?
Yes.
Technically, you don't see that other goblin, but I've already said it, so we'll let that slide. Oh, these are not 10-foot squares anymore, so yeah, you do see a little bit. You would see that. I'd say you see probably all about that. Okay. Nothing seems to notice you. No one stirs. You see that there's, on several outcroppings, there's sort of goblins posted as lookouts. There's this ogre bathing. It has a club that's set beside the mud pool, but does not seem to be doing anything. Does not seem to be hostile at the moment. Do you guys want to try to proceed in here? Do you want to try to find another entrance? Do you want to try luring them out? You have a couple of opportunities.
I was about to say, does he come back and relay all that to us?
Quietly.
Hey guys, there's several. No. I mean, if Telly chooses to,
maybe
eventually.
where does the chimney? I say the chimney or the mouth, just because swimming underwater.
Where are you looking?
I'm just saying, like, to the group, we can maybe go do the same thing at the chimney, see if we can look down on the cavern, whatever.
Yeah, how difficult does it look? Difficult to get to the top, like to the top of the cavern?
It wouldn't be like a. I mean, you would have to like spend a little bit of time to get up there, but you wouldn't necessarily be like having to make difficult checks or anything.
So it would have to make stealth checks.
Maybe like Tally and maybe someone else who has high stealth or perception.
Depends
while
on.
we go off to the side.
Depends on how close you guys are wanting to do it. You could spend more time to get a little further away and then scale up, or you can scale up right there and save time.
So I can wild shape into a panther for a +6 stealth score if we want to try to do stealthy stuff. But that's kind of up to you guys as the group, I think. Otherwise, we can. So I vote we do one of three things. We stealth up to the top to look for the other entrances. We stealth inside and just try to drop ogres. Or we try to
draw them out. I'd say either draw out or check the cavern at least. We may not want to go that way or even be able to see anything. I don't know. But I say draw them out versus going in. Although we would lose the element of surprise, maybe.
I wonder how long it would take us to kill one ogres.
Well, if there's 3 goblins, 2 ogres. Oh, from what the goblin said, yeah.
You do know
Where's
there's
the other one?
You do know there's 2 ogres. You do know that there's more goblins as well. you guys have already killed some of them, but he said at least 10 in the cave.
If y'all want to go in and just fuck shit up, I'll need a sort of a source of light, or I'll need to wild shape into something they can see.
I think we should look for one of the other entrances. Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what we
So,
can find.
who's spearheading
wait,
this?
did
I
you
need
say-
2 people.
I can't cast Pass Without a Trace yet.
What?
You said it's a perception check?
I was just thinking
To
perception.
what?
and
Look for
stealth.
the
to look
other.
for the entrances?
Yeah.
I have a +4, would be willing if no one has anything.
I need at
I'll
least
roll it again.
one other person.
Yeah,
Or okay. We're
We're doing perception for the other entrances.
yeah, you're searching. You're scaling the
For the
area.
chimney.
Yeah.
I'll do the other roll.
Okay. So both of you roll. 21 gets it. So you guys walk away a bit to get away from the mouth of the cave so you don't draw a lot of attention to yourselves. I'll say it takes you about 20 minutes to go a safe distance away, scale up to sort of the top of this area, and then make your way back over to where you know the mouth of the cave to be. And while you are doing so, you do spot a small, narrow, natural chimney that lowers down into a room that appears to be empty. I will reveal this for you guys on your map so that you can see about where it goes in. No, I said reveal, you cunt. There we go. A small, narrow area, not far from the entrance, but certainly seems to be a little more. I'll even reveal as much as this. Seems to be a little more contained, a much smaller area. You can climb down this. You gather it would be a little difficult to do. It's not, there's no, it's not like a ladder or anything. It is a little unnatural, but you guys could certainly do it.
What's their thinkings, comrades? Wonders where that drops us. Can't believe I said comrades.
And a rope. I will use the pit and then smack it into the stone above. And tie the rope to it.
Okay.
Down there.
Are you gonna?
So we wanna go with
So-
the chimney. Everybody go down the chimney.
Eyes Wills goes first.
So question: did you just drop the rope down the hole?
Yep, I did.
How long is the rope?
The rope is.
You're really quiet, by the way, my dude. Somebody else is really loud.
The rope is 50 feet.
50 feet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You guys got lucky. The rope goes all the way down. You cannot see. If you want to come down, you would have to make a stealth check to not be heard or seen.
I'll do that.
Okay. I should also ask, are the rest of you on top of the mountain now? Have you gathered the party, or is it still just the 2 of you up here?
I thought we were all up there. We were discussing if we were going to go down or not.
You 2 sort of led the expedition, so it wasn't. I just want to make sure that
Yeah, we were gonna wait and see what you guys found.
Oh,
But we would still need a torch for you.
yeah, I was about to say I can't see when I go down there. If he's going down and the rest of them aren't up there, I will prepare myself to help pull him out in case of emergency.
Okay. That's
We'll
clever.
see what you see when you get down there, Tally. And then maybe we'll go get the rest of them. I can't cast message or nothing. I'll have to go get them.
The stealth check was a 12.
12. Oh boy. Oh god. What is that? Wisdom?
Oh shit.
You are so lucky. Rolled a 12 minus 1 modifier.
Oh, nice.
So you come down into the cavern, and you see very little, but you do see that are you from just where you are on the rope, you just see that there's 2 other ways that this path could go. You also hear gnawing.
Like a rat gnawing, or like
Big
Like
rat.
like many big rats.
oh,
Like soft tearing. You hear a squelching. It's a pretty
Ooh.
grotesque sound.
Ooh.
Molotov cocktail.
Pull the rope if you want me to pull you out. Pull
Yeah,
twice
like
on the rope
jank-
for a quick exit.
I'm gonna climb back out.
You're just gonna climb back out? Okay.
Yeah, I'll let everybody know. Sounds like a giant rat orgy in there. I wouldn't.
It might be wise to go get the others, or maybe we should just go in the front. That sounds gross.
Probably not as good as that forest orgy you had yesterday.
Yeah, man, they're just really getting it.
Well,
There's
Kolkar.
still one more entrance, right?
Kolkar
Underwater.
Kolkar upon hearing all this says, "Well, I've had to deal with rats in the woods before. They are not, even the giant ones are not strong foes. But an ogre, that is, I don't know why he's British now, but now he is. But an ogre is quite formidable, especially a pair. Granted, I cannot clip-clop my ass down that hole, but for story's sake, he will."
Yeah, I would also explain to everyone, these are 5-foot tiles.
Yes, sir.
I would also explain to everyone that the room that I've dropped into, the approximate size, everybody can see it on the map. But I'll let everybody know, it's real tight in there.
Tight.
Interesting.
So as in not an ogre?
Possibly an ogre. I'm just saying, if we all drop into here, the chances of whatever's down there, we're probably gonna fight it, because we're not all gonna pass the stealth check, and we're gonna be in a 4x4. We're gonna be on top of each other.
Essentially. I'm just kind of starting to believe we should lead one ogre out and like just try to dispatch it before, that's gonna set off the alarm and everything. But if we trick one ogre into coming out and we all get to smack it when it steps out, like we literally ambush it, we might can kill one before shit really gets bad, and then only have one to deal with.
And there's a choke point, so maybe even if there was a bunch of things, they couldn't all come running out at once, or we could pick them off.
I'm also thinking this is more Devon. This is, I guess, most Goldbrand and Devon. But I'm also thinking there may be guards and probably also weapons that have been taken from the guards. So there's a possibility we could like create an insurgents inside. Don't really know if that would work, if that's feasible, but I think there's a couple ways to
No
go about it.
different than if we were making a bunch of noise anywhere. At least this way we have some geography to our advantage. Maybe they have sunlight sensitivity, whatever's in there. I don't know.
I'm down to try to draw up the big.
You're also at a major disadvantage without a torch.
You
Well, I
know,
can turn it into
you know that
something.
the goblins don't have a sunlight sensitivity, and I would say that Kolkar, being a ranger, would probably know that the ogres do not as well. They they're not subterranean creatures or anything.
Mhm.
No, but they were just in a dark cave, and when you first go outside after it's real dark, maybe like a momentary.
You're reaching, but I would say there's some opportunity in there.
I say we just try to draw the ogre out of the front door. The water tunnel was not a good idea.
I mean,
The
I
water
was
would just be
wondering-
difficult if it's underwater. Yeah, like I don't think any of us are strong enough yet for water breathing. Like we don't have.
And we don't know what's on the other side, and it's not like the chimney where you could just back out real quick.
Well, the chimney you had to
Maybe.
climb out of, and
Well,
but
you
that long
had the
tunnel
rope.
apparently has something. Oh yeah, he had a rope. That long tunnel has something in it. We haven't found it.
Yeah, there's a long
Right,
tunnel,
we
and then there's the
also-
underground way, underground entrance, underwater entrance. as well.
Underwater entrance. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, that's my least favorite Mario World level. So
Whoop, whoop.
I think we're all. I think I've heard mostly learn it out. So I think that's what we'll end up doing.
I think that sounds like the consensus. Yeah. How about we describe how you guys go about doing this, and then we'll be calling it a night here in a second.
But say we can't have a week to think about it.
No, I want you to draw it out now. I want you
This
guys
would
to hit the
be-
ground running.
More meta. Would you be able to? Anyone be able to run in, get an attack, and then run back out? Or would that
I could.
would take a round?
I was about to say,
You
if he
would be
has a
exposed,
rogue,
yeah.
if he's a rogue though, if he can bonus action disengage, he
I-
can run in there, smack it,
Yeah.
and get the fuck away.
I can do that now.
Did
is
you
it
go one
possible to
ranger, two
ready
rogue?
it- I did.
Okay.
Is it possible to ready an action before combat? Like, can we have everybody pull?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
that's
can have
kinda
an
the
ambush
idea.
round. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting at. Like, I could run in, chuck an arrow at him, and then
run
get
out.
far the fuck away. Yeah.
Yeah, well, my biggest problem is we're gonna have to. I want to make sure that it comes outside. If you just run in there, pop an arrow at it, and run out, it's gonna call a bunch of its buddies. It's gonna get a bunch of goblins together, and then it's gonna come outside. We need to give it a reason to come outside by itself before everyone else.
Okay. I could also. Let me see.
Slay a goat.
Well, I've thought of a couple things like
Sacrifice
that. Like
them.
I've considered having Goldbrand wild shape into some kind of animal it might be willing to hunt, but I'm also willing to listen to much for better ideas that don't require using a wild shape.
I can also. I mean, this is like, I don't know what its fucking wisdom score is, but if I dissonant whispers, it has to use its next action to move as far away from me as it can. So we could also push it into the cave.
Wait a
if that
second.
succeeds.
Levels, does you is
I too
your
have that
charisma
spell.
strong enough to impel a creature like that?
Impale?
Sorry, what?
Well, I think I tried to say compel, but
Oh, he wants to know if you can
maybe
compel
like
duel.
a charm.
well, not even compel duel, a charm, a compel duel, or a command. Like just make it come out of the fucking cave without alerting people.
I can message telepathically.
Oh. I was hoping you'd have command. That's okay.
I actually didn't look at my level 2 paladin stuff, so I might. I'll look it up, yeah.
I guess a charm would work too, but I wouldn't know.
I don't have
I-
it.
I
Unless
can,
we
I can
can-
take charm person, but I did not. And it's not a person, so sad face.
Unless he lets us kind of retroactively say during our rest we switched.
I don't think it matters because it's charm person. That's not a person.
Yeah, it's
God.
technically a monstrosity
Yeah,
or a
charm
goblinoid.
monster is like a fifth level spell. You know, we might just have to piss it off and hope it runs out at us and have enough people waiting to plop it.
Yeah, I mean, I can disengage, I can dash, and I can also hide with my action. I mean, my bonus action now. So I can hit it, and then
So if you have advantage on it, does that pop your sneak attack?
it would, yeah.
But if someone is flanking it, that pops your sneak attack, or if something's near it.
Correct.
Okay, sorry. I have like free uses of guiding bolt, which provides advantage, like when it hits. So I'm trying to figure out how to ration those, especially around like rogue sneak attacks and stuff.
Yeah, I think I also, like, since I can now hide as a bonus, my sneak attack is basically,
Guaranteed. Good.
yeah.
Okay.
Always get down like on all fours and just act like a really big turtle. See if we-
Best idea so far.
I love it.
Does anybody have any of the magics that makes things there that is not really there?
I wish I was playing wizard. So
Once again, if we could say
Really?
retroactively.
I was about to say, surely Valkyr has an illusion spell. I don't think I can access illusion.
I can pull it up, but I'm
He
not
might
so sure.
have dancing lights, maybe.
I feel like he always has that. We'll do it lights.
Pretty sure druids do not have access to spells like that.
Valkyr has dancing lit. He's just always, whenever he's drunk, he dances. That's
Hell yeah.
it's his natural defense. He does have
got
dancing
sleep.
lights. He has hex. He should also have another. I mean, he would have leveled up and got some more spells too, but
I didn't realize I could get Beast Bond for scouting too.
Can we game notes? Maybe talk about what we would want to do during the week.
I kind of want to start with the combat right away next round, so you guys don't spend the first 30 minutes talking about it. But
That's what I'm saying. Like during, like the off week, we come to a decision.
We never
before-
do. You know that.
He's not wrong.
Well, it's just because, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna get anything from the second level paladin, but maybe command.
That
How-
Oh,
might
wait, you gotta speak a language that they understand for command.
Yes.
I don't know ogre. What do they speak?
They
Common.
speak Goblin. I think most things speak Common, but I'm not entirely sure about that.
Well, either way, then that wouldn't work. I do have some inspiration though, so maybe I can run in and persuade him to come out. Hey, you ugly fuck! And then cash some vicious mockery that would give him disadvantage on his next attack roll.
So your options
would
that I'm
have-
hearing so far
well,
are to pop in
alright.
and aggravate it, to trick it into coming out. I don't think you have any illusion spell, so maybe via wild shape. And I think that's the only two. You're talking about various ways of doing the first one, of course, but
Oh.
if
Can
I
increase my
I will
spell
say
protection?
if you guys pop it, you're not going to be able to take a surprise round against it because something is hostile. It knows that there's a threat outside. It's going to roll initiative and be able to do stuff. It might be surprised by how many of you there are, but I don't know if you're necessarily going to get that the 6-7 free attacks that you're wanting.
Yeah.
8 if Sadiri's with you.
In which case, yeah, we go with the distracted route. You could do the wild shape thing, or we could just throw a rock at it. I don't know.
Dark Soul style, skip pebbles into the cave.
Yeah.
Mhm. Do I have like any food or anything?
You
We
all
should
should
all
have
have
rations, and then
Yeah,
you also have
rations.
Sadiri has given you and is bringing along extra food for the villagers, hoping that when he finds them, if they find them alive, that he can use that to help them because he's certain that the goblins have not been tending to them well.
Well, maybe we should use it for ogre baits.
The rangers don't know like a wildebeest call, or a turkey or something.
I guess we could also hunt game and kill it, but who knows how long that might take.
If we know the call
Guys
to
have
make
been
it
out here
seem
about-
like, hey, we got fresh food.
Yeah. What call?
A wildebeest, I
Uh,
don't know.
I think it's cast dinner bell.
Yeah, cast dinner bell. What type of roll would I make to like know more about this monster, what it likes, what it does?
You could try to make what would this be? Survival?
Or
It's
nature.
it's not animal handling. I would say I will let you pick between nature or survival.
Survival. How about a 22?
22. Ogres are not picky. They eat meat. Sometimes they eat fruit and vegetables if they don't have their pick, but they are carnivorous primarily. They eat livestock. Sometimes goblins if push comes to shove. Sometimes whatever really wanders into their area. Giant spiders. Like even larger beasts like wolves and stuff of that nature might not be ogres are large creatures. They're big boys. So again, not picky about what they eat. They also are like onions. You know that ogres are like onions.
Yes, they are. They have layers. Devin, if you feel alright about wild shaping into something, that could be the distraction if you want to like pop in.
Yeah, I'm thinking even a spider or a lizard or something, like crawl over it. Don't even have to hit it. Crawl over it, run out of the cave.
Yeah.
That seems pretty inauspicious in my opinion, like as close as we're gonna get.
Sadiri, after listening to this mad planning session, is like, you're going to try to lure it out as a lizard, like a
Or spiders. I
like a-
mean, I've seen.
but like a
oh no, big lizards.
big lizard. Oh,
Those-
that is
those-
that is
He,
better,
like,
I
points to a
suppose.
tree. I think if they're large creatures, he points to a tree.
Looks at this 50-foot tall tree like, what the fuck? Goldbrand I cast Wild
it
Shape
is
to
a
turn
large-
into
Harry
It is a
freaking
large
Leroy
beast.
Jenkins is it?
Well, no, I guess Goldbrand's not very smart and doesn't know what conserving resources is. So he goes, no, and I'll wild shape into a giant lizard variant. So I have spider climb. It is a large beast. So I pretty much turn into a rideable bearded dragon. Because that's permanently.
I mean, we already have a giant lizard with us. I feel
Come
like
on.
if we take much
He's a-
longer, he's gonna Leroy Jenkins it.
He's a turtle, for the record.
Well,
I am marking
Baku,
off that wild
feelings?
shapes.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing? And Devin, just once they tell me, describe how you're doing this. I will say Sidiri and
I think we're
Kolkar.
all gonna ready actions to hit it.
Yeah, to
Okay.
be around it or
gonna-
whatever.
So
gonna
when
hop
the
right.
ogre are you readying for the ogre? Or are you readying for whatever walks out? What are you preparing for? Just the first thing that walks out?
Yes.
You all say hesitantly. Yeah.
I'm gonna hide
Well-
and wait for either an ogre or a goblin to come out.
Okay.
I think, yeah, whatever we do, if we kill it immediately, if the ogre sees or anything else sees at the mouth of the cave, its companion just go out. We'll put them on alert.
Just a note also for everybody else, so that they know. I get wild shapes back on short rest, so I can be fairly liberal with them. Only one short rest every 24 hours, right, DM?
Well,
I know that's a long rest rule.
I
I'm not sure
would
about short rest.
I would actually no. I think you can take multiple short rests.
Okay, so y'all get the idea. If we have to rest halfway through the dungeon because I've used 2 wild shapes or whatever, not a big deal.
Can I go back on top of the hill so I can do like a crazy Dark Souls downwards attack on this thing when it comes out?
I
Oh,
will.
he wants to jump off the cave.
I
now.
will say that you could be prepared on the upper part of the slope. There's a now the mouth of the cave is 20 feet. It's kind of up there, but you might take some damage doing it, but you'd cause a good bit of damage too.
My idea would go to do like Harry Potter style, like jump on its shoulders and
Oh, go.
stick the
Wand up
staff
his
in
nose.
his nose and shit.
So are you waiting specifically for the ogre or just the first thing that walks out?
The ogre.
Okay.
God, I want to jump on a goblin.
Troll in the dungeon. All right, Devin, why don't you describe how you do this, and we'll see how it unfolds.
So since I chose the spider climb one, I would like to start on the wall and crawl up to the ceiling and spiral my way up to the
Left
ceiling.
wall
and
or
try to
right
walk.
wall?
Let me see my map here real quick. Probably the left wall.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
Heard.
Ooh.
Oh, this one doesn't have the bonuses to stealth like I thought it did. Let me find my stealth check here. Oh, perfect. Mine's +0 anyway.
Oh, well, that was okay. You didn't mean to roll twice, but
No, I did not.
you're so as you come in, the goblin to your left, the one closest to you, sees you on the ceiling, and he is going to try to roll to hit you. He says, "Oh, snack," and
Yeah.
fires up. He does not hit. Oh well, what's your armor class as a lizard?
It's 12.
He hit with a 12, yeah. So you're gonna take. It's not a whole lot. 5 points of damage.
I'm still lizard.
I was about to say, assume you're still lizard.
I am still lizard.
And as he does this, the other goblins, sort of take notice, as does the big boy.
The ogre.
Yeah, he's sort of like he's not quite fully aware that you're there per se. He's not staring at you, but he hears the goblins chittering and is looking around, going, "Scaly food."
As I say, after I'm hit, can I scramble down the wall to the foot of the bed here and make big lizard sounds, smash my tail and hiss and do things lizards do when they're mad, act like I'm a wild lizard that just got shot and is very angry.
Yeah. Now, what's your speed as a lizard? 40 feet? 30
It's
feet?
30.
30? I mean,
I've
you're on a
30 feet and
20-foot
then 30
ceiling.
climb feet.
it's still 30 feet per round.
Yeah,
It's- yeah, the climb is just that you don't suffer a climbing penalty from it. You're up a 20-foot high ceiling, so it's going to take you 20 feet to get down, and then you could move 10 more feet.
5, 10.
Okay, so you'll
Could he dash?
if you're just going to
Yeah, that's what I
continue to
Does it take an action to like? I wanted to bite the ogre and run out of the cave. That was kind of my original like. Especially if it didn't see me, I was just gonna nip and run.
Well, if you're just coming down, do you do anything else with your action besides hiss and clap around? The ogre definitely sees you now.
I mean, as a lizard, I can't do anything with my bonus action.
Okay.
If I have an
the
action, I
gob-
would dash, but if it took an
I
action,
was about to
whatever
say
posture.
I would say that the try to gather the attention sort of cost your action.
yeah, no, I'll take one more round of hits before I run the fuck away.
Another 12 and a 15. Both hit. 9 points of damage.
I'm still a lizard.
Oh boy. Okay, I was worried he was gonna poof you into Goldbrand right there.
No, lizards actually are
Pretty resilient.
tankier than most of the other things. Yeah.
Okay. So the ogre sees you. He turns around. He said, "Scaly snack," and he
I would
uses
dash
his.
out of there when my turn comes back around.
Let me think. He's this is difficult terrain. He grabs his club. 10.
He only moves like 20
20,
feet, doesn't he?
I think further than that. I think it's 30, but let me pull it up just to be sure.
I could be right. I could be thinking oozes and stuff.
Bloop. Oh, he gets that. Oh, yeah, he hits like a truck. He has 40-foot speed, actually.
Oh, big boy.
Yeah, he is not to be fucked with. So he gets to move close enough to you to swing. Because it's difficult terrain in the mud, but he only has to move 10 feet through the mud, which is half his movement. So he's gonna go ahead and he's got his great club. He doesn't have any of his javelins. Oh boy. Oh, he rolled in that one. He sees he's sort of overexcited and he's trying to like schluck through the mud as he's stepping. And when he comes to swing back, he hits the goblin beside him and deals. He kills it. He just obliterates this goblin.
Ladders.
I would like to do the thing where beardies like smile and make their pouch big.
That's like a mating thing. Pretty sure it's like a mating thing.
I think they do it for a couple of things.
It's a
like,
mating thing right now.
It's a mating thing, and it's like a threat thing. Like they do it for a bunch of stuff.
All right, so it is your turn.
My sponger.
I love a good Futurama reference. That's
I
nice.
dash the fuck out.
Yeah.
Straight.
Dash
It's
the fuck
like
out.
in between my party as I can that are waiting outside.
We're gonna see how this goes. Just with this first round of attacks, since you guys have them readied. The goblin. Well, let me roll an initiative for them, just so I can figure out which one's gonna move first. So, not being unfair. They both rolled an 18. What do they add? Okay. Okay, the goblin does go first. Gobby boy. 5, 10, slide down 15, 20, 25, 30. He makes it to about there. He probably sees you from there and is going to fire a hit. Ooh, 16 to hit. 6 damage.
Oh, I'm Goldbrand again.
Poof! They both see this and are both like at first the ogre's mad, like, no scaly snack. And then he sort of like smiles, meaty snack.
What's up, motherfucker?
5, 10, 15. He makes it half of his speed before he's at the mouth of the cave. And you guys are all going to get to fire off on him. So, I will roll for
Does that
Sidiri.
include Goldbrand?
Yeah. Yes.
Goldbrand would throw a guiding bolt if he could.
I would say that you could.
That's Kolkar's.
Kolkar misses, barely, but misses.
Heard.
He's a big target.
And this is gonna be. This is not rage. This is something else.
So anyone who
Here's
wants to now, or everyone
bolt.
actually, can roll a hit.
Everyone. There's my guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt hits. Sidiri
So
hits.
the next, I was about to say, some attack gets advantage on it because of the guiding bolt. Can we say it's Taliban's attack for that good sneak attack?
Oh yeah. The mace hits. Both of you roll damage for those two. Josh, if you want to jump down, roll to hit using your unarmed strike, but the damage is going to be different.
Okay.
Here's my guiding bolt damage.
Brandon, if you can hear that, you can also make a roll to hit. 18.
Yeah, guiding bolt's fucked up, and I get to cast it twice every day for free.
Oh, Davos. I'm sorry, my dude.
Oh.
Can we roll for Kolkar as well? Or no, you already rolled for Kolkar. That's right, he missed.
He missed.
I
throw another comment. Looks much cooler when I hit this time.
Aku, roll one more time. We're going to say that you have advantage because you're just trying to drop on him. Okay.
Hold on a second. Those are
Well,
That's what you told me to do, right?
yeah.
unarmed strikes instead of like attack.
Let me.
attacks?
1, 2.
As a
Okay.
monk,
Can I
that's
use my
probably- yeah.
inspiration to reroll?
He
Yes,
can.
yeah.
Hey, that's what inspiration is.
Let me deal the damage that's already been dealt. Give me 1 second. 8 plus 18, so that's 26. Plus, what was your bow damage? Oh, okay, I see it. 5, 10, 11. Brandon, you can reroll if you have not already. Oh, plus a 5. Well, no, plus 5 hits.
Whoa.
So go ahead and roll some damage, my dude. Or tell us what it is and we'll roll it for you. That's easier. Valkyra's also here. So Valkyra's he's gonna try to make a...
Eldritch Blight.
My rapier, it's 1d8 plus 3.
I'll throw a d8 for you. Bloop. Actually, I'll use the Knight's d8 because it rolls better. 7 damage, 8. Well, Valkyr, if he can hit this, will, yeah. He did not roll well. That was Sidiri, that was Kolkar, that was Valkyr, all of you.
Did he get his sneak attack? No, I see it. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't roll. Well, no, we got a 5. You guys have just above critically injured this ogre. He comes out and is immediately just barraged from all angles. There's blast of magic. There are blades swinging. There are arrows flying. He is like pretty much knocked back about 5 feet just as he staggered back into the cave, thinking there was one tasty little lizard that has now turned into 8 angry adventurers. And that is where we will end for the night. We will pick up next week with this dungeon. You guys do get to go to level 3. You did better than I thought you would with this guy. I was worried that the two of them would give you some trouble. I will say that the last thing you really see because of the ruckus is the other, let me get to it. The other ogre coming out, stumbling out from the forest.
Oh fuck.
The stalagmite forest, excuse me, not the regular forest. My
I
bad.
was like,
Behind you,
behind us.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, but wait. Fuck.
But you
At least that was
guys,
almost dead.
I was about to say, you guys made pretty quick work of that one. He's still up, but not much longer.
Goldbrand's probably going in when it starts up next. Now I can rage and wild shape, so he's
Angry bear.
Yeah, he's gonna do some stuff. He's gonna use his last use of wild shape to do the archer thing, and he's gonna rage, and he's just gonna start.
Fucking
fucking
remind me
up.
to heal you next fucking game.
I have 34 out of 35
He's
right now.
no, yeah, that's the best part about
That's
wild
the
shape.
Wild shape.
The wild
okay.
shape absorbs the damage, and then when you run, when it when they kill the wild shape, you take any bleed over damage, but the wild shape just disappears. So he absorbed
Yeah,
all
so
of that.
while you're thinking about healing me and stuff, keep in mind if I say I'm like bloodied next week and I still have a wild shape left, I can rage and wild shape, and then that wild shape only takes half damage because I'm still raging.
Oh,
So
bees.
if I'm
Yeah.
kind of hurting, like, and I still have a wild, just ask me if I have a wild shape because sometimes I can get myself I can buy myself some time.
Nice.
Right.
All right, fellas, I gotta get to sleep.
No, yeah,
Waking up
same. Oh god, I've got to be up in 5 hours.
early.
Fuck.
See ya.
All right, guys. Thank y'all again.
Thank you for the session.
Fun shit.
Yeah.
We will. And we'll see you next week. Is it
Good
Wednesday
night,
yet?
Bye.